So, last we left off, our party has made their way up and over and around to Sicily, specifically in the nice northern region of the city of Palermo, where you guys have encountered the would be uh, sort of hidden underground cathedral underneath the monastery and church of the Capuchin Order. Come to find out, it is a bit more than just macabre. It is over the top of a formerly blessed gravesite. While investigating what was going on and
Don't
the
forget we encountered
ramifications
Thorin's evil
around it,
twin.
Torrens evil twin, you guys realized there are multiple groups and factions working together, or that seem to be motivated to uh, equally investigate and take from this place as you guys are, if not more so. And in trying to deliberate and figure out which side is right, what to do, where to go, etc., etc., you guys started taking a tour, and you realized the ultimatum may have been a ruse. Uh, Having delivered a 48-hour sort of end time for the inhabitants of the monastery to make a decision, seems it may have been fake or a intentionally done wrong, or maybe this is another group not involved. Not entirely sure yet. However, you guys ran into some Basagliari and some what seems like trencher type troops, armored infantry underneath the monastery, underneath the church. A short engagement turned into a outright sort of frenzy for the last few minutes, as Torin managed to sneak by and yeet a lantern at the yellow clad nun who seemed to be casting a spell on a specific kind of casket that was set up there. And upon hitting her with it, caught her on fire for a brief moment, which broke her concentration in the spell. It would seem she critically failed on trying to remend whatever she was trying to adapt, and all sense of holy blessing and magic on the location is gone, as all of the would be undead and sort of stasis like kept persons have woken up. Many of them not too happy, many of them aggressive, some of them in woeful anguish and agony as they burst into flames, not succeeding their pass as their soul is corrupted to turn into lesser demons. However, it seems one or two maybe have succeeded that and are equally angry at any inhabitants nearby. You guys, last we left off, are trying to figure out what to do, where to go, and are trying to make a mad dash towards the original entrance, or you assume the original entrance of the Basagliari team that was in there with you moments ago. You guys have multiple directions, multiple options, multiple places you can go. However, before we get to you guys, we're gonna take a brief, short side venture and catch up with our friend who was not with us last session, Leroy. Last session, everybody was kind of Scooby Doo gang splitting up and choosing to hit up different places. Some went straight down to the catacombs. Pair, being Nikos and Torin, opted to go to the library. Got some books out of it. However, there were a few other locations and plausibilities, but in that about hour and a half time frame, while the party split into two to go investigate, where would Leroy have gone? What would he have decided to do in that time?
I went to sleep.
Went to go take a little
Honest,
nap?
honestly, dude, I haven't. I've been so busy with work, I haven't even thought about it.
No worries.
I have no idea what I was doing. Maybe I went off for a quick side quest with our French contacts on the west coast of Africa. You know, clandestine meeting. something like
Uh,
that, with a
you
contact in
wouldn't
Algiers.
you wouldn't have been able to sneak away or get any messages out at the time, as you guys are currently uh, the location is currently surrounded by a lot of Italian army and various sort
Oh,
of
right, right,
Franciscan
right.
orders.
I was forgetting where I was at. I was at the. I don't know. I am a bit of a. Let me look at my page here. Wouldn't been able to sneak away. Perhaps I would have. I have a high persuasion. Maybe I would have been able to explore under pretense of historical archaeology, something like that.
Okay. You
There's
mean
no
like
tavern getting drunk.
outside the grounds, or just kind of trying to head out into town and kind of peruse about?
Oh, I thought we were on an island.
Well, Sicily is a rather
Oh,
large
okay.
island.
I'm sorry. I completely.
Yeah, you're good.
It's been a few weeks. I forget where. the
You are
fuck I am.
within a monastery that is currently under siege, sort of.
It's got a blockade around it of troops and infantry. The nearby buildings within this town, it's nestled up on a hill. All the buildings kind of perimetering it have been short-term sort of occupied by Italian army and some Franciscan knights who are sort of keeping it under siege. You guys went inside to talk with the
Right.
nuns and some of the various knights of the Maltese order who are inside there guarding it. And sort of this like big standoff glaring match.
Yeah.
And while trying to investigate like exactly what's going on, what's going where, the party went kind of Scooby-Doo style to investigate various things. And when they broke into two groups, we kind of have our third, which is you now, who there's multiple
You're
options.
shaggy because you smoke.
You're shaggy because you smoke. If you wanted to head out into town, if you wanted to try to consult with someone else, just chill and hang out for a while, yeah, you got a few different options.
Still hotboxing in the plane.
Still hop. No, you definitely left the plane. You definitely are in the monastery, but
Well, since there is someone that's actually on the island that knows of me indirectly, maybe I was sequestered. But I don't know what happened last session, if they were involved last session, but maybe I stepped away to have a clandestine talk with that person. I don't know.
okay. I would say if you wanted
Or
to
that
kind of
kobold,
sneak
that
away,
thing.
yeah, you could either go and consult with the Italians and the kobold with Craven, or you could see about slipping past them, heading out into town to meet with your contact, see if they're still around. and kicking.
My stealth roll would probably fail, so let's go with the first option.
Okay.
There ain't no hiding the young captain, young Colonel Sanders.
So I'd imagine as you're kind of strolling about, looking at some of the decor and like the living conditions, you end up making your way towards the front of it, and you're kind of poking your head outside, and you see what you saw before when you guys first arrived, which is a kind of smattering of barricades and sort of impromptu fence lines surrounding the perimeter on all sides of the monastery, and a substantial enough opening of kind of low grass and a handful of plants and whatnot before it gets to the outer fence perimeter, and everything goes to cobblestone and streets, and all of the newer sort of Italian style stacked buildings and homes on all sides, stretching out further into the main town. And it's sort of like a scene out of a movie. You have a handful of tiny tankettes parked, you have a bunch of 1 and 2 ton trucks kind of scattered about, and you have, from what you guys were able to estimate, about a company worth about 300 or so light infantry, just kind of strolling about with rifles, walking around on the perimeter, leaning on the fence, bullshitting on the back of the trucks, standing on some of the rooftops. They're just kind of surrounding the entire general area. The only part that's not really heavily guarded is what seems to be the main path going to and from the monastery into the town. It's kind of like a sort of straight-lined path that cuts across about that 40 yards. And no barricades there, no guards there really, because it seems whenever the blockading force wants to speak, they usually walk up that path to talk to the others, which is what you guys ended up arriving to. You made your way up that little path. But yeah, if you were to peek outside, you'd see 5 or 6 like Maltese knights and soldiers kind of scattered about, just kind of standing post. You would see obviously all the Italian and Italian light infantry standing out there kind of scattered about, just sort of mulling and looking to each other. However, actually important persons or distinguished persons of any type, nobody seems to be outside or present at the moment.
I cast Fireball.
Oh shit.
I can't watch. I can't. Nope. I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank.
If you want to just kind of hang out and kick back for a while, you can do that too.
Yeah, I'm just gonna smoke my cigar in the shade of the fort and just kind of like fuck off.
Alright.
Uh,
Yeah, you're just
I don't
kinda-
know what the fuck I'm doing here.
I love that for you.
You're just kind of hanging out. You find a little place you could sit down outside nearby the kind of like front gate of the sort of main building. Just sitting back, having a smoke. Occasional Maltese soldier walking by. Just
Probably
kind of
mulling
looking
about
over.
yeah, I'm probably mulling about the impromptu contact, the communications and stuff like that.
Shut up, Will. Give me an investigation check while we're at it.
Oops.
That's Arcana. I need investigation, my friend. Hey, there
I'm just
we
getting
go.
the low roll out of the way. No, I'm
Yeah,
just
get the low out of the way. Jeez. Alright, so as you kind of are sitting there mulling about an hour goes by, and you're like, wow, they're probably talking and investigating stuff inside. The rest of the group will figure it out. They got this. And while you're just kind of relaxing out there, you end up looking across and you see a all black sort of panel car drive by. Really nice, and it has a little kind of flag on the front right. Kind of like those little general flags that you put on staff cars. And inside it looks to be a little symbol of a black circle with 3 lines going through it. And it's kind of fluttering a little bit as the car pulls up, comes to a stop next to one of the tankettes.
It's a Mercedes.
It probably. And it opens up. It's got the nice suicide doors. 2 full black uniformed kind of enlisted troops step out, shouldering their rifles, and are holding the doors open as one of the house's front doors open up. One of the houses that have been occupied by the troops surrounding the location. And you see that Kobold, once again, Craven, walking out. And he's kind of looking over his left shoulder and talking with his hands a bit to what seems to be 2 other gentlemen. One of them being a sort of shorter, slightly rounder looking Italian uniformed officer. He's got the kind of gray Italian style uniform if you need a visual. Quite literally the uniforms from Starship Troopers. Just with added Italian medals and roundels and whatnot. He was talking with this gentleman, and the third one following behind him is a sort of... if I had to put a word on it, he looks like stereotypical British World War I soldier, number 23. Just kind of walking behind them, got his British pot helm on, wearing sort of modified tan uniform, and is looking outwards a little bit more rather than to the conversation, but is still listening to it from what you can tell. As the 3 of them continue talking, walk over to the car, the kobold climbs in, then the officer, and then finally the British guy taps the top of the car, climbs in and sits down with them as the 2 guards go back inside. Close the doors, the vehicle drives, does a little U-turn, and starts making its way off and into town, leaving the location. If you need, let me find an in-game images here. and post a quick picture of the guy. And boop doop, boop doop, boop 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 doop. Boop 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 boop. I actually readied this one, haha. So you have the kobold.
Bro
Why is
actually
it still
named his
sorted?
images this time.
No, I still haven't named them. I just semi-organized them. That's gonna take a long time to name all these, I'm not gonna lie. But eventually. And boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo, boop. And the British gentleman walking beside him, just pot helmet instead of a commando hat. But they go climbing on in and go driving off for a bit. You're able to kind of note that and focus on it for a moment. And eventually your gaze kind of goes back out a little bit more, just kind of looking about. Give me a perception roll, Leroy. After about an hour and a half, you're sitting out there, and you notice one of the rooftops that have two of the troops walking kind of back and forth on it. One of them is lowering his head a little bit, and then looking over to the other, and the other one is kind of looking towards the eastern side of the compound, around the corner from you, and they seem to be looking at something. One of them points for a moment. They seem to be talking to each other. And then one starts kind of to wave his hands a little bit. The other one seems to be shrugging and throwing his arms up, like, I don't know, type of motion. And then they're just kind of rubbing their head for a second, walking to the edge of the building, talking over the side to someone else over the corner. They seem to be talking back to him. And eventually you start to see some of the rooftops clearing. The only troops that stay on the rooftops are not getting into aggressive positions, but are starting to take a knee or lay down and not directly aim in, but seem to be getting ready. One of the tankettes start puttering up a little bit, and you hear the engine crack off for a while as the crew's climbing up inside it, closing their little hatch. And there's a small smattering of troops moving about. It's not at a alarming rate, but it seems some note somewhere came along, and they're getting into a more readied stance. Not aggressive, but just getting a little more ready on the perimeter outside of you.
Looking
And-
like trouble. Perhaps an ambush.
And as you're kind of watching them getting ready, and things seem to be agitating them somewhere somehow, we will pan back over, and I will switch our screen over back to the clusterfuck.
Shit, fuck,
of
we're fucked.
fucking.
Everything's fucked.
The clusterfuck of good times.
I forgot Leroy wasn't inside, so we might get away without a TPK.
Uh-huh.
No, I ain't dying in here.
Man, that survival skill's gonna be something for him. Oh, who
Well,
am I kidding?
because
He's
he
not gonna
decided
care.
to hotbox it.
Who am I kidding? He's not gonna care.
Alright, let me move this here. Last we left off, top of the turn order, Hachu. You guys are trying to figure out among yourselves. The undead are still crawling their way from the wall. People are still actively engaging different targets. Peter is going head to head with one of the lesser demons that have spawned. And it seems there is more, less knightly and more decrepit types slowly pouring out of the tunnels and hallways that you entered in from. However, all magic is on the table again.
Yeah, since I failed my last Arcana roll, I had to wait a turn.
Yeah.
But that is passed now, so now I can do whatever.
All magic is on the table again, as the magical field seems to be down unless it is reactivated in some way.
Alright. I'm assuming they'll be kept at bay up there. So I'm gonna go, if I can measure properly. I can move 30. So I'll move like, I'll move there. then, since I actually have my character sheet up,
Should
and my
probably
mouse
deal
not
with
dying
the
me when
demon.
Yeah, that's probably that's a pretty good idea. I like it. All right. Well, I'll use Eldritch Blast on
Ah.
him.
Alrighty, who you hitting? The demon?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Give me that spell attack.
Oh, that's not the right thing. There's that. And then I always forget how to do it.
It's a ranged spell attack, so you do it's going to be d20 plus your
Spell casting.
well, it's spellcasting modifier, which will be proficiency plus whatever your spellcasting ability is, which you is intelligence.
The number for it would
so
be
you're-
in the top right of the spell sheet. Whatever that little.
Till a
arrow
bit,
yeah,
is.
yeah.
I have to open up my
Spell-
character sheet. I forgot about that.
So it says spell attack bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah,
d20
okay.
plus your spell attack bonus.
Okay, so I just roll a d20, right?
Yep, and you add the bonus to it, whatever the 20 is. You can
/
have-
R space 1d20 plus whatever your spell attack bonus is.
It's +7.
Sweet. And also, you are 5th level, so you get to cast 2 of them. So roll twice.
I can roll R slash.
Space.
slash
/R.
slash. Yeah, /R, then 2d20.
1
that
d20 plus
Just
7.
one.
Yep. But you'll
You
roll
just
that
do it
twice.
twice.
Yeah.
I just imagine him double fisting it, just fucking.
Oh god, just bat that.
Kamehameha. Plus
Hey.
7.
Plus
So-
7?
That's a
19.
19. And give me another d20 roll. Also remember, as a shortcut on the left side of the screen, you should see a little d20 dice on the little options you have there, and that's a sort of kind of quick dice roller cheat ordeal. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What is this guy's AC? 1df. -1. Damn. Those both hit. Roll me 2d10. Poof, poof.
That's the sound that Eldritch Blast makes.
Poof. Alright, 16 damage.
1df.
Wow, okay. Thanks to Peter softening him up, Hachu kind of slithers on past Nikos as he's looking past over his shoulder, comes through with that and just, throws his wrists together, kind of Kamehameha style. Throws both of his arms out, 2 eldritch, kind of snaky, skull-looking necrotic blasts go shooting out. And one hits him dead center of the chest, the other one catches him in the shoulder, spins the lesser demon in place, and drops him on his face. Poof!
Yeah!
Nice.
Matched
Let's
his
go!
remaining health. Alright, yeah, Eldritch Blast, you fucking double tap him and drop his ass. He withers away and starts kind of rapidly dissolving and falling apart what material of him is left. What else would you like to do, Hachu?
I got a bonus action, don't I?
You do?
Remember, no guns.
Yeah. Nothing
Yeah.
super loud and no guns. Unless you guys decide fuck it and decide to go loud.
Oh, was that the noise of suppressed Eldritch Blast?
It's not that loud. Yeah, that is the suppressed one. It sounds like a baby powder bottle. It's piff. He curls his
Piff,
pinky
piff.
when he does it. Piff,
20.
piff.
Nah, that'll be it. I can't think of anything No.
That'd
it's
be
just
the
as a
most,
bonus
like,
action.
badass moment breaking scene where he walks up to a wounded guy. He's about to, like, Eldritch blast him right in the face with some cool one-liner, and you just get piff.
Hey, and that's a cantrip, so I don't actually have to remove anything from that.
Eldritch blast is free for you.
Eldritch Blast is great.
You
It's
can
so
just
good.
use Eldritch Blast. It's free.
I'm
It
gonna
came free with your wizard.
Yeah. I'm gonna rename it Eldritch Poof.
God.
Alright, Nikos. You're back to back with the
Alright.
trencher that you were attempting to hit earlier and just couldn't land a fucking hit on him, and now you're back to back with this guy, trench club and spear in hand.
Whack-a-mole.
What do?
See ya. I'm come over here. Since the demon is dead, I don't have to worry about him anymore. I'll go take a stab at this dragonborn corpse guy.
Relatively preserved, semi-undead dragonborn knight. Wow, okay, just 300. You come up, shield up, spear at the ready. It's the most beautiful, like, 300-esque spear thrust. Yeah.
Give us a
damn.
battle cry, Nikos.
Get the fuck out of here!
Is that 24 damage?
No, that's 7 plus 5 and 7, 8, 9,
Oh.
10, 11. That's 12 damage. Okay,
What?
let me...
Come on, do your simple math.
I'm doing maths. Quick maths.
Because the nat 20 is double damage, isn't it?
double
Nope.
roll.
You get to double roll
Oh.
your dice. So instead of the 1d6 plus 4, it's 2d6 plus 4.
4.
So, yeah.
So just roll another d6.
No, it's already rolled.
Oh, here.
So if you
okay.
look in the results, whenever it hits 20, it automatically does it. So,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
okay, yeah, you just run up and fucking
Oh,
crack
that
this
says
guy through the
1d6.
chest.
If you mouse over it, it says it's 1d6 plus 4 is what he did.
No,
Oh,
there are
never
the
mind.
other 5.
Then the
Okay,
other
yeah.
5
Five
is the
there.
additional d6 where it got double.
I'm retarded. Never mind.
Oh, good.
Is
you are.
he still up?
Oh, he's still up. He's pretty angry
Okay.
that you punctured right through his breastplate into his chest, but he's still standing. He can
Good
take a few
thing
hits,
I
it seems.
have-
Should have gotten some modern
Another attack.
breastplates.
That hits. Holy shit. Roll me damage. Ugh, okay. That one hurt him a little bit.
Choo-choo.
Fucking thrust into his chest, pull out, stab him again, catch him right into the lower chest. It seems like if he was fully alive, it'd be doing a lot more damage. But he's taking 2 good
Those
hits as
undead.
you retract
They're
and draw
tricky.
back behind your shield.
Time to leave, gentlemen. And that's all I have. I don't want to use my shield bash. I want to save those.
Okay. We now get to Franciscan Paladin, who is unfortunately stuck down here. He's
Well,
gonna
should probably try and
turn.
keep him alive.
And he's gonna run on up here and take a nice good halberd swing at this motherfucker. Wha-cha. He's gonna miss. Wow, this guy sucks.
Yeah, right. Last session, he killed the fucking big spooky guy.
Yeah, he dropped the big
One hit.
spooky guy with 1 good hit, but now he can't hit this fucking average
That tuckered him
10
out.
I guess, yeah.
He's tired now.
Let's see, bonus action fucking pommel strike maybe. Nope, he's gonna miss that too. Alright, so
He's a
he's just fighting with this guy and having a good time up in the corner. Trenchers. Alright. Let's see. Where is they? There they is. This guy seeing Nikos throw down with this fucking Dragonborn is gonna do the same. Raises his trench club up and is gonna drop it down. He's gonna miss. That's okay. He's gonna offhand with the bayonet in hand. That's gonna miss too. Okay. He's not feeling
That
too
armor,
good.
man.
That Dragonborn's just parrying and taking the hits. Bludgeoning damage doesn't seem to want to work for this moment. Oh, before we get to Wilhelm, let's grab the other trencher, who is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Go over here, put his back to the pillar. Hachu and Torin, give me a perception roll, please.
He's gonna sacrifice you guys.
I don't think so. I think he's about to fire a gun.
Torin, you don't notice it because the demon's dying. Eldritch Blast is flying over your shoulder. You're having a good time. But Hachu, as you look over after your little Kamehameha blast, you see this guy run over, put his back. He seems kind of frantic and scared for a moment as he puts one of his 2 trench clubs away, reaches down. He's pulling out another trench club with a wooden handle and a nice sort of kind of rounded can shape on the end of it. Why is he unscrewing the bottom of that handle? Why is he trying to pull a fuse on the bottom of that club? I'm confused. That's a grenade that he's trying to prep. Wilhelm, you're up.
Okay, so being that I'm in front of this.
Hey, wait a minute.
First thing I'm gonna do is miss.
You're gonna swing at her with the Artie Saber, and it's gonna miss, unfortunately, by 1 point.
And downside is, I am with. So, question.
Yes.
For my Eldritch Cannon, it says that you can take your bonus action and cause the cannon to activate if you are within 60 feet of them.
Yes.
If I move him forward 1 space, he's 65 feet away.
That would be outside of your
Okay.
realm of control, then.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, if I tell it to move forward and then fire at the guy on the wall, can I do that? But if it's with
If it'll be
If it's
outside of your
outside the realm-
60 feet, then yeah, you won't be
Okay.
able to.
so then I'll just do this 5, 10, 15. I'll move it there.
You're an artillerist. You were trained to be in the trenches with your artillery when shelling
I know.
enemy positions.
Direct fire.
So that is pretty much what I got.
All right.
It's just gonna sit there and wait for something to come in its range and wait for me to tell it to fire.
Gotcha.
Fortunately, that's what I got.
He is dead. He is dead. He's not dead. Wow, the one living Basagliari. Seeing you guys push and charge and do well, he's gonna run past you a little bit, past the demon, and is gonna come over here and is gonna try to swing on that Dragonborn to help clear some space. Wha-cha. Wow, he's gonna miss too. These guys are shaken. They were not expecting undead. They were expecting nuns.
Bunch of incompetent Italians. What else is new?
Right. Apparently this Dragonborn is also a badass at parrying and blocking, or just not getting hit.
Don't
Dead
send an
Basagliari.
Italian to do a Greek job.
Exactly.
Oh no, Torin.
Torin, it's your turn. Everything's going on around you all at once.
Yeah.
Keep your head down, old buddy.
Keep his head down. He has more health than both of us combined.
You crouching is
Alright.
still shooting over his head, aren't you?
But look, it's just a figure of speech. He can't really get much lower, can he?
God.
Drops down on all fours like a salamander.
Alright.
Fucking skitters up the walls.
Lauren is gonna. Now that the scary fucking demon that singed all of his clothes is dead, it's gonna get a bit of a burst of courage and fucking rush on this guy. And
You're gonna
It's-
rush the other kobold in the monk suit. Alright.
undead kobold, not okay. Needs to go away. Needs to not be pretend alive anymore. And he's going to swing at it with advantage because of these nearby.
Pack
Basagliari.
tactics. Using the Basagliar as a
Yeah.
temporary ally for the moment. Give me that swing with that advantage. Ooh, yeah, that hits.
All right.
Fucking
Roll
kobold
damage.
with a pickaxe. Ooh,
Alright.
okay. Yeah, you sink this pickaxe into the center mass of this kobold. You hear a lot of bone and ripping, but it's definitely doing some damage as it looks back up at you and like would-be angry, sharp eyes with its crossbow in hand.
Swings again. Does that hit?
That meets. So roll me damage. It'll do half.
One.
Ah, 1 damage.
And- One more swing for the kneecap.
Is this the offhand swing?
Yeah, it's the offhand swing.
Alright, so we'll minus 3 from that. So that's still 15, that hits. Give me full damage. Oh my god. Okay. Kobold going fucking ham on another kobold. Just fucking dropping a pickaxe in this guy like a Minecraft fucking animation. Just drops him to the ground.
Stay fucking dead! And then with the next 10 feet of my... wait, do I still have movement after using my bonus action?
Yeah, you can still move. You can
Alright,
move, action, move, bonus action, move.
Okay, an
Just only
additional
to a
10
total of
feet.
30 feet.
Okay, an additional 10 feet. Alright, there we go.
Alright, you advance a bit further.
Can I see any further?
Yeah. Let me reveal now that you've entered Area 2.
Love how he just scuttled up on this kobold, just fucking bashed him to death. and kept
Running up
going.
on him and bludgeoning him.
He's in the way of the exit.
So give
Those
me a quick
undead
perception
centaurs.
roll, perhaps. Give me a quick perception roll.
Oops, sorry, 13. I forgot to turn advantage up.
Oh, all good. 13 is still enough. You've seen witch doctors before. This guy's walking about and seems to be casting some sort of magic on the 4 chucklefucks to either side of him. Can't really tell what, but this undead witch doctor seems to be casting something on these 4 that are rather twitchy and angry and not too happy looking. And to the south, you also spot one other person who looks like kind of bad news. Roll me a... You're familiar with cryptids. Give me whatever you think your cryptid identification roll would be with advantage.
Definitely history.
Pardon me, a what?
I got Bigfoot down here.
Oh, okay, nat 20. On.
Yeah, you didn't know these guys were rocking around Europe, but you've seen plenty of deer iconography and things of that sort. You get the notion this guy's from the good old Americas rather than majority of everybody else here who's from Europe. Possibly why, instead of being more demonic, he seems to be a little bit more cryptid in stature and design and shape. And he's readying one hell of a meaty longsword.
There's more in here! There's way more! There's more!
As we get to Bisagliari number 1, he is dead as well. Alright. Demon, he is dead.
I don't see an exit. They promised us an exit.
Oh, actually, yeah, that would also be part of your perception. Give me another perception roll. No advantage or disadvantage. Just straight up perception. You don't see the exit.
There's no exit! There's a line!
Father Troikov, you are up. You hear the kobold losing his shit about no exit.
I'm gonna take a little step forward. I'm gonna shove my crucifix in the face of the undead dragonborn.
Ooh.
I'm gonna shout, "The power of Christ compels you," and then cast Turn Undead
Oh, okay.
or Channel Divinity Turn Undead, however it works.
So click that for me, if you will. And yeah, I mean, I just want to make sure the area of effect that it gives
30
off.
feet.
Alright, so anything within 30 feet of you has to make a wisdom saving throw. If the creature fails, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. Turn creature must spend his turn trying to stay as far away. Okay, so yeah, anything within 30 feet of you needs to run away. So you see a sort of orthodox-like music and aura start emanating off of him. You're just like, oh, okay. As he's yelling this out, let me make a wisdom save. That's a failure, so on his turn, he will need to run. And it has to use the dash action
Run
on its turn.
to the hills.
Looks like it's his turn.
Run for
Yeah,
your
it is his
undead
turn.
life.
Let's see.
Well, I was actually gonna use the rest of my turn to
Yeah.
finish
No.
my movement out to here. I was drawing a distance thing, but instead,
All good.
Can I roll a perception check to see the door or two?
Give me a perception, yeah.
There's no door. There's no door. There's no door.
Hey, okay. Give me
Soldier
a
boy
moment
up in the toe.
to do this. Door. Wait, that is a line. I need to draw a cycle.
A cycle.
Cycle. Cycle should now be visible to you.
Is it like a manhole?
It looks
You're a
like
manhole.
a sort of very silently picked out hole in the wall. You can see where two of the bodies have kind of crumpled apart as they literally dug their way through a wall in what seems to be a little kind of tunnel.
You're a
However,
hole.
in front of that is a witch doctor who seems to be holding some sort of spell on a bunch of very twisted, warped monks, and a sort of kind of cryptid-looking, very American-style dude to the south, riding a broadsword, a very meaty one at that.
This witch doctor, is he going ooh, ee, ooh, ting,
No, he's
ting?
not.
He's giving very heavy gas mask breaths. Pretty much.
God.
You have that, so he has to run away from you. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. However,
Advantage.
yeah, so pretty much everybody has to pass by. The two Basagliari, Nikos, and Hachu all get an opportunity attack against this guy. So Nikos, you can go first. That hits. Give me
19.
damage.
7.
Ah, okay. Well, you stab him in the side, but he seems too preoccupied with escaping the power of Christ. Trencher is gonna swing at him. Wow, he's gonna kneecap him. Okay, but he's gonna keep going. Basagliari is gonna try to go for a butt stroke. That's gonna hit.
Stroke man, stroke man.
That's gonna do 3 more damage as he butt strokes him in the opposite side that you speared him in, but he keeps barreling through. Hachu, as he's passing by you, you get an opportunity attack.
This guy's just getting memed on.
I almost feel bad for him.
Almost, yeah. Everybody's
It's just an opportunity attack, right?
Yep, it could be a melee or a weapon attack, but it can't be any spells or anything of that sort.
So I guess I swipe item while he's running by me.
Could he, by any chance, cast his like native spit ability?
He could not.
Would that count?
Well,
Because that's like not a spell. That's something like he's like
True,
a
it is
spitting
a-
cobra.
yeah, you could use poison spray. I could see that working.
Just spit in his face as he's running by.
Oh my god. Stabbed and bludgeoned multiple times and just gets fucking spat
Yeah,
on.
I'll hit him with that poison spray.
11 poison, DC 15. Let's see if he passes. He does not. Okay. So shortly after running past you, he staggers a couple times, drops to the ground, and is like gripping at himself and crumpling over, returning to being a fully dead body. However, I need a investigation from you, Hachu.
Sure. God, I wish I had a second monitor right now.
Stop looking at porn.
You have one there, Jay.
Oh.
Yeah, you have one there. You just won't use it.
So as you hit him and he drops down, you're like, haha, I got him. And you look to the others and they're like, yeah, and they're turning their attention outwards. You hear a little bit of a cracking sound and sort of a shifting armor sound. You look back down to your bottom right. At the moment, his back seems to be kind of flexing and convulsing a bit, and his fingers are kind of tensing and gripping the ground, even though dead. But you're not entirely sure what's going on there. But he's still moving, and bones seem to be cracking and kind of shifting.
Finish him.
As we now move to Mr. Wendy Knight. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 is gonna run up right on the mana god. He's gonna try for that wisdom save. Fucking nat 20. Hell yeah!
Do I get an opportunity attack on
He
him?
has not left your range of attack. He's only
right.
run up
Only
inside it.
inside.
He's going to do a sweep. I need both of you to make me a con save.
Con?
Yep,
You have the con.
that's a 12.
I do not have the con.
Torn, you will take half damage from this. Peter, you will take full damage.
Was that 17 to meet?
No, it's not a negate. It's a half. So
Oh.
that means that unless you have evasion, if you beat the save, you still only take half of the damage.
Woo. So Torn, you'll take 4 damage. Peter, you take 8 as this guy raises the sword high, grabs it in the middle of the blade, and does a sweeping motion that barely catches the top of Torn, but goes dead center across you, Peter.
Damn.
And then bonus action is going to go for a good pommel strike against Torn. Does an 11
It's too
hit?
small.
It
It's
does
too
not.
Alright, he tries to pommel strike at you and it misses. From what you can tell, this is a good, like, 8-foot long sort of sword, and it's got one of those leather wraps near the middle of it. And at the moment, he is holding it by the leather wrap and the hilt and swinging this thing. Hachu, top of the turn order. You're up, bud.
There we go. I have my second
Yeah,
marker
before we
spell.
reset the turn order, I just realized I have that spiritual weapon out there. Can I, like, move it, or...
You can with a bonus action, I believe. If I recall, a bonus action, you can make it move or attack.
It's,
Okay.
The attack is part of its bonus action.
Ah, yep. Okay.
So, but
So
you
it's-
can't make it move if he hasn't used a bonus action yet.
Alright, can I retroactively move it, or is
Yeah,
it too
we can.
late?
No, we can do
'Cause-
that.
You didn't use your bonus action on your last
Yeah.
thing.
How far can I move it? Is it a full 30, or what?
I think it's
I want to say
20,
it's
it's either
30.
20 or 30.
Double
to-
check your spell. Look under the description. It should have a.
Roll up. Oh, here goes. Spiritual weapon. Scorching ray.
Ray of
20 feet.
Ah, okay, so it can move 20 feet.
Alright. Let's put it just below Torn.
Alrighty.
Here.
Yoink. Moves on up. It is within the 5 feet of the Death Knight.
Do I get to make an attack, or no?
It can make an attack.
Alright, I will make an attack. So that is... I just hit it again, or...
Let's see, if I recall I think it's your attack with the spell attack. Let's double check here.
Yeah, it's you actually have a spiritual weapon thing in your
Okay.
thing. So you just click that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there it is. Ooh. That meets, so he will parry it, but it will still do half damage. Give me damage. Ooh, okay, so that will be half of 7. That is 3. Do some math. Yeah, he rises the sword up and parries it to the side, but it still ends up kind of catching some of his left arm and taking a good chunk of it off. Alrighty. Now we get to Hachu. Hachu.
Alright.
It's your turn,
Nope.
Hachu.
I'm either opening a Coke can or, you know,
Don't worry about it.
or playing with their firearm.
Yeah.
Alright. So this guy got back up, right?
He's not getting up, but he is currently laying there and kind of twitching, convulsing. You're hearing bone snapping sounds from underneath all the armor and cloak.
No,
Also,
I'ma hit
don't
him
forget
with,
the guy who's currently throwing a hand grenade, or getting ready to throw a hand grenade.
Choices.
That only you know about.
Oh,
Wow, way to metagame.
Yeah.
no. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do.
chill touch.
That's not at all what I wanted to do.
What you do?
I tried to cancel what I was about to roll, so I didn't actually roll it.
Oh.
I wanted to. So this guy right here, he's the one about to throw a grenade, right?
Yep, this guy right here. He's got his back to the pillar, and he's starting to prep one of those German-style stick grenades.
All right. Well, I'm gonna move over right here and cast that on him.
Use the cord of rope to cut a circle with a 5-foot radius on a flat surface. When you finish casting, the cord of rope disappears, become a magical trap. Trap is nearly invisible. Trap triggers for a small creature or larger moves in the area protected by the spell. So they gotta make a dex save or fall prone. Okay, so you're just casting it like directly on him. You're almost kind of lassoing him with it.
Yeah, basically.
All right, let's see if he passes. I gotta make a dex save. What is the spell save DC? Oh, 14. It's in the spell. I'm stupid. Ooh, okay, he fails. As he's gripping, he's got his finger in the little ringlet on the bottom. He's about to pull it as you run over, cast this around him. Kind of eldritch green magic coils around him like a lasso as he drops the grenade down to the ground and falls to his side and is currently wrapped up in his armor prone. Let me find the blown out back image. There we go. That's the closest
Naughty
symbol to-
trencher. No. Bad trencher. Bad.
Bad trencher,
I
no.
just go up to him. Now is not the time.
He is struggling and panicked because you do realize behind you is many undead.
You blew his back out.
He's currently laying on his side with his arms kind of tight to his side, just like, yeah. What do?
Well, that was my main action, I guess. Probably not in stabbing range of him, so.
You could move back over to him. You only moved 15 feet.
Okay, well, I'll move back over to him, stab him in the neck, and kind of cut his head off, sort of, with the bayonet.
So it will be an offhand attack because casting snare would be an action.
Yes.
All right.
So,
So give me the attack, and we'll just -3 from whatever that roll is. So you take your rusty, trusty bayonet that you've been given with a 19. Okay, yeah, that hits. Give me damage.
probably get like 2. Hey!
Hey,
It says
okay.
it's +1 piercing, so what if
Nice
that
work.
matters in this case?
And poof. Yeah, you see him convulsing and kind of writhing as you drive the bayonet into the upper part of the back and kind of twist it a bit and rip it back out. And it seems to convulse in place a bit and start to stop. Give me another investigation roll.
Alright. Dang! Okay.
You get the notion stabbing is not the way to, in quotations, kill it. As a few moments later, having gone limp, it starts to tense again, and you see the cloak going down his back start to raise up at 2 points where his shoulder blades are, and are starting to kind of twitch and pop out a bit. Something's sprouting from inside as one of the hands kind of reaches and grabs the brickwork next to the side of your waist and is kind of gripping and starting to come to life again.
Oh no, he's turning into Shin Godzilla's second form.
As we now pan on over to Nikos.
All right. Well, I'll join the fun with Mr. Deer Knight over here.
All right, you run on up at him. He sees you. He kind of readies up. You hear that loud sort of like eldritch deer scream sound out as he's ready for you. Mr. Hoplite
Give him
Wall
a
comes in with the fucking 23 spear. Give me damage. Jesus. God damn. Yeah, you come running up, shield up, spear out, fucking catch him right in the center. He can't even start to parry it. However, he does expertly parry the second one with the middle of the sword and blocks it.
Alright. Then for this guy, I'll give him a shield bash.
Alright.
I
Does that
still
do
haven't made a
knockback?
quick macro for that. If he is... Actually, wait, hold on. What would you say he is... What size would he be considered?
He is considered medium. He is
Okay, then
currently
yeah, I'll
normal
do that.
height. Alright.
Because I can knock him prone if he fails
Can
a
do.
save.
Give me that shield
Let's
bash.
see it. Yeah. I just need to reread this real quick. I need to make a macro of this at some point, but
Yeah.
once it is strength modifier. Okay. 4.
God, yeah. Okay. That'll
Yeah,
make
that
contact.
hits?
What does he
Okay.
got to save against?
Strength, and he needs to beat 8 plus my strength plus proficiency. He needs to beat a 15 strength.
Ah, fuck. Okay.
Otherwise, he's prone.
That's a 14.
Let's go.
All right, he is prone then. Where's the blown out back? Bah! Yeah, you fucking shield bash him and he gets staggered back. His knee goes weak and he falls back onto his back. Does the shield bash also
Alright,
do
that's all I got.
damage, or is it only that?
Oh shit, yeah, it does actually. It
I
does,
believe it does do
D4.
bludgeoning. Yeah, give me that D4. Hey, okay, 2 more
2.
damage. Yeah,
Better
you
than
fucking
nothing.
just shield bash him right in the center and just knock him on his ass.
Quick, punch him in the dick!
Good shit, Hoplite. We now get to Franciscan Paladin. He is going to shuffle. And he is going to swing at the Hospitaller. Or the Templar. Hey, he's finally gonna hit. Holy shit. Ka-chow. And then pommel strike against the nun. Ooh, okay. About fucking time. God damn. Alright, he'll dispatch both of them. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 more feet. Runs on over here to these two. He's gonna ready himself. Trenchers! He can't activate his grenade and is currently pinned. However, this guy is going to 5, 10, 15, 20. Run over here. Looking to his friend, trying to figure out how to help him. Let's see if he can figure out who's actually casting it. He does not notice that Hachu had cast it. Okay. Wilhelm, you are up there fighting with a nun.
Yeah, hopefully I can hit her.
Better than flirting with a nun.
You have nice
I think it might
bleached
be wise
bones.
to fall back.
That hits. Give me that damage.
I love how you ran up there to help Torn and Torn just ran away.
I know, rude.
Ugh. Yeah, you fucking take your artillery saber and drive it down and just drop it. It clatters to the ground in a nice little display.
Alright. I'm just gonna do it this way. Where was that? Move down here. I'm definitely within range. This thing's going to move 10 spaces. And it is going to fire on this guy,
Alrighty.
which I believe is just a ranged spell for me. Yeah, it's flamethrower is right here.
Ooh, that hits. Give me that damage.
That is the damage.
Oh, that is the damage. DC.
Yep,
Oh, they
roll.
gotta make a dex save. Alright.
Yep.
Good thing these guys are dexterous. That's only a 10 though.
I was gonna say, are they dexterous?
The flagellants are. Or the undying flagellants are definitely dexterous.
Did he
13
pass?
fire, that's 26 damage. Poof! Fucking flamethrower erupts and catches this guy. His arms are flailing. The literal flail staff in his hand is swinging about. And he crumples to the ground, completely just cindered. Alrighty.
With that, I'm gonna turn and be like, they seem to be weak to fire. Just letting you know.
Everyone will
Thanks.
Probably. I just, yeah.
It's time to leave.
Isn't weak to
We are leaving.
We're all weak to fire.
I would expect fire elementals to not to be weak to fire.
Shut up.
Point there.
Oh wait, I can remove them from the turn order once they're dead. Haha, I'm learning.
That helps.
Torin, your turn.
All right, so he just watched Nikos run up and fucking ass clown this guy. in front of him.
Just spear him and then shield bash him.
Torin really didn't like being swung at with that gigantic fucking blade. What is he swinging?
It's a big old longsword with a leather handle in the middle of the blade, and he's using it
wow.
more like a glaive than anything.
So Torin is gonna pounce on this guy and
Alright.
attempt to rip that weapon out of his hands.
Give me opposing strength. Give me a strength check. And I'll
Even
roll
though
his
strength
He
is
is
one of my
currently on the
weakest stats.
floor, so that might help.
Do I get advantage?
Is this a? It seems like a great mistake.
Give me sleight of hand, and we'll determine if that gives you advantage. Alright, you'll have advantage. You grabby-handed little baby grabby gimme uppies motherfucker.
Gimme.
11, let's see if you can beat an 11.
Oh, he already has advantage.
Ooh, baby, that's a 17. You clamber over him, 1 foot on his midsection, trying to rip the sword out of his hands. And he's
Jump
just,
on him!
like, the kind of deer head just kind of snaps and looks right at you, lets out sort of a deer yell, and is just steadfast holding it and glaring at you.
What's a
So-
deer yell?
So you've never heard a deer fucking make a pissed
Give me
off
a
sound?
moment. Let me find you a deer yell.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, they do not make pleasant noises at all.
So that was my action.
Use your bonus action to jump on him.
Yeah.
Mario, he ass.
So Torin is not letting go of this handle. Yeah.
Is that a train?
No, that's a deer.
That's a Wendigo.
That's a very pissed off deer.
Oh, okay. I got you. It sounds like an elk, so that would make more sense.
Yeah, it's like a very angry elk.
So, just for the record, Torin is not going to be letting go of this. He's going
Oh.
to stay holding on to the handle.
Okay,
Uh,
we'll see
and-
how that goes later.
He's going to use his bonus action to try and fucking claw stomp on this guy's face.
Bonus action offhand attack. Alright, make me a claw attack. We'll just minus your proficiency. We'll minus 3 from it. That is a
Learned it from,
7. Fortunately, a 7 doesn't hit as you try to step on him with your hind claws, your little bare kobold feet. And it just kind of makes a metal tink as you stomp on his chest, and you realize under a lot of that fur pelt is definitely a breastplate.
Alright, that's my turn. For the record, still standing on his chest,
Yep,
still holding
you still got a
onto
foot on
the
his chest,
sword.
the other one on the floor beside him, just holding the sword by the middle. It's not very sharp, so you can almost grip it like straight up by the blade.
Oh, he's got it by the handle too.
Oh, you're also
The
holding it by
leather
the
part.
handle? Okay.
Yeah, right in the middle on the leather.
Father Dreykov. Kobold's trying to loot the body before he's dead.
What's the best thing you are gonna do?
Oh, wait,
Skip him.
yeah. I did skip him because I removed the other one. Let me add him to the twin. And
It was
give
before
him...
me. He had like a 6 or something.
Boop, boop, boop. Yoink. Okay, Basagliari. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, he's going to shift on around and look to his friend and look to the other one take a knee and look back behind them, and seeing that he is tied down, they seem to say something among each other, and it seems like one trencher is going to try to pick up the other, as you see this guy is starting to ready a sort of smaller machine pistol of sort with a little side-fed magazine, and he cocks it once, getting ready.
Why are they always shooting?
Actually, you can use your words on them too.
All right. With that guy downed like that, he's not getting an attack of opportunity on me if I move, right?
He cannot, no.
Especially
Okay,
the kobold holding his
You also
sword.
have advantage because he is prone.
Don't forget
Yeah,
your
but
bonus
we
attack.
have other problems I would like to deal with.
You do indeed.
Don't forget your spiritual weapon either.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna move here. What actually is this thing that's right here that I'm standing up against?
It's a big old statue-looking ordeal of actually roll me religion.
I don't.
Yeah!
He knows everything when it comes to religion.
So you're very familiar with the Four Horsemen. Clearly isn't the Horsemen of War. Surely
It's
isn't
death,
Pestilence.
isn't it?
It is straight up the Horsemen of Death. Yes. It's
Use your
large,
dash to run the
clad
other
in a
way.
lot of brass. With that nat 20, there's not really anything in particular to make it stick out other than it's a rather nice Italian brass depiction of the Horsemen of Death.
Alright, well, since I don't see anything in my turn undead that says I can't just cast it again.
Technically it stays active for a while, if I'm
Oh,
not mistaken.
it does?
Let me double
So does
check.
that mean it now applies to these guys?
It should. Let me double check. As an action, you present your holy symbol, speak a prayer. Each creature that you see within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. It is turned for 1 minute until it takes. The turn creature must spend. It can also take reactions for action. Defense for action. Oh nope! It is only one singular. Time, so you'd have to recast it. However, I do believe you have a certain amount of charges of divinity
divinity.
channeling, correct?
I don't remember.
I think you do. I think.
Yeah, I
fifth
think it's
level-
once per long rest.
No,
Damn.
at fifth level you get a lot more. Because it's dependent on level. Let me look up real quick.
Yeah.
What are you, a life cleric?
Yeah, life domain.
Yeah, life domain. Beginning at 6th level, you can use your channel divinity twice, and at 18th level, you can use it 3. So at the moment, until next level, you only have channel divinity use once.
Ah, damn. Can I undo my movement then?
Yeah, you would know that you can only use it once. I'll let you draw that back.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna stab a motherfucker.
All right. Roll me attack with advantage. He is prone and down on the ground.
You know, kobolds just. Fucking.
You try to swing, but because of the kobold kind of struggling with him a little bit, you end up swinging a little wide and hitting the ground next to him.
Hey, just a heads up, guys. It is raining pretty hard here, so if I cut out, it's the weather.
I get you.
No,
No,
All right, then
Hey, we're
I'm going
next.
to use my bonus action to. I guess the only thing he could do from there would be cut off his feet. I'm gonna use my bonus action to hit with the spiritual weapon too.
Alrighty, make me the spiritual weapon attack. Hey, that makes contact. Give me damage. Oh, excuse me. Oh, okay.
It's 4.
Yeah, his left leg, the spiritual weapon drops down on it. It's another Shaska, or how do you say it?
Shashka.
Shashka. Drops down and just kind of mutilates his left leg and lets out another loud deer yell. But he is still kicking. He is still up. He is still going.
Stop doing that! It's very unnerving!
I gotta switch over line.
Honestly, it's been a while, but it almost sounds like a sheep bleeding. It's a very
A little, yeah.
Yeah, like a very loud sheep bleeding. big sheep. That suddenly took any horror out of the sound of a deer screaming for me.
Yeah.
Indigo deer screaming, you just get like,
It's
oh
just
yeah, it's like
completely
bleeding a
undid
sheep.
it.
Bleeding
Like,
a
wow.
sheep.
Let's see. Is there other ones? Do I have other ones? Yeah, close.
Man, fuck this thing.
Anything else, Father? Is that your turn?
Yeah, Dad. Is that
Yeah,
your turn?
Dad. Doing anything else, Dad?
Yeah, that ends my turn.
Padre, Father, McManson. All right.
McManson.
I roll to this guy. Yuck, he'll fucking do it again. Ooh, okay. Let me grab this token real quick. I need to grab my token real quick. Where'd this token go? I got a token. I got a really cool token. I need a dex save from you, Hachu.
Okay. Saving throws. Oh, this is not going to go well for me. Well, it's better than I thought it would be. Probably not enough.
Let's see, what was the result? Not quite enough. Give me a moment here. I'm gonna roll the damage.
What the fuck is that?
You only take 1 damage. As you are knocked back 10 feet. Let me remove him from the order. Let me add him back into the order.
Fucking leave him to those.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Some dark ass wings start sprouting out of this Dragonborn, and you quickly realize, oh, Dragonborn are a little different than some of the other races, and you can imagine a demon and a Dragonborn probably not a good mix.
It's a dragon demon.
Yeah, quite literally demonic dragon. Let me roll some saves here really quick. That's a fail.
It's so fucking
You should
Joe.
run.
He auto fails.
It's time to leave.
That guy fails, okay. He only had 2 health. He only had 6 health. And he's prone, but he's still alive. Oh. Yeah, this thing explodes outwards, and necrotic energy quite literally severs the armored trencher and the other remaining Basagliari in half. However, the guy prone on the ground only gets minorly damaged as he's yelling out, still pinned inside his magical bindings. Yeah. Welcome, something I haven't figured out a good name for, but nice corrupted Dragonborn entity. As
You
we
should
now
run.
get to Mr. Death Knight. Let me also add them to the Eternal Order, because I need to do that.
How do I counter that? What do I...
By running.
Mr.
Run.
Death Knight's prone on the
Slither.
ground. He's going to make a
Slither.
strength challenge with you, Torn. Roll me strength.
Oh yeah.
Do we get attacks of opportunity as he stands up?
Only if he moves out of your range.
Beating 18, bitch.
fucking- Alright. Alright. Give me a moment here. You fucking crazy weirdo.
You
God
will
literally
not
has
let up.
Literally has a kobold jumping up and down on top of him.
Here you go, Torn.
Or just gets thrown.
What? What's
Let
going
me
on?
send you the stats for your new weapon, and we'll see if you keep it or not.
Oh no. How long is it?
Bigger than you.
About 8 feet. So it's practically a spear for you.
Fucking kobold using a Sarissa.
You fucking little grabby baby thief.
Jesus. Man, she's trying to get through a doorway holding it, and he just can't.
It's like a dog he has sideways.
It's like, it won't fit! Clang, clang.
And we'll see if you end up keeping that or stat it later. You can also add this, if you do manage to keep it, this will be a good item to add to your item list. However, for now, yeah. This kobold rips it up like ripping the sword out of the stone and is holding above him by the leather wrap and the binding the fucking longsword over his head.
This is mine now.
He is
Drops
going
it
to
on him.
make a melee attack against you. Ooh, ooh, I love these dice. Ooh,
That's not
ooh,
good.
Fuck.
ooh, I love these dice. Hang on, let me. Yeah,
You only like your dice when they hit well.
I do. You take 7 bludgeoning damage. I need you to make me a dex save.
Oh wait, it's doesn't it bypasses AC?
Oh wait, yeah. Well, I mean, is your AC higher than a 24?
It is not.
I'm also pretty sure whatever it is doesn't counteract that 20.
Yeah, no, oh, it's deck save.
Yep, dex save.
God, he punches harder than he hits with a sword.
For you, maybe.
Okay.
Okay, you won't go flying, but you'll be at least knocked to the side of him, thankfully. And yeah, you'll take the bludgeoning damage, fucking knocks you to the side. He doesn't punch you, he straight up knees you with his good leg. And it hits you in the side and you fucking tumble off of him.
Fucking wheezing. Okay, I've actually taken a lot of hits.
He is still down and prone though, so that will end his turn. We now get to general attractions. This guy's going to command his troops forward as he's going to move up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Mr. Shambles. 25, Mr. Shambles. 25, Mr. Shambles. We also go down
Mr.
to
and Mrs. Shambles.
Mr. Shambly Shambleton, who is currently frolicking like a bunch of madmen out of the entrance. So let me move them on up as they're rushing towards you, Hachu, and the poor binded guy. Flagellant is now in the turn. He's gonna make his way over here. This guy is gonna move up here and is going to bless these two to give them additional damage.
We
This
need to
guy is
run.
going to advance. This guy is going to advance. This guy is going to advance. These two are going to encircle him with that one moving up to there. This guy is going to advance down to here. And let me roll saves for item number 4. Damn. Okay, they all fail. Fucking, you guys are lucky as shit. Yeah, none of them passed their, fucking soul test, if you want to call it that. The remaining 4 Templar Knights are bursting into flames and embers and crumbling to the ground, so the amount of enemies is drastically reduced.
You said they failed. That looks like a success to me.
Well, not all of them failed. Those guys failed, though, of what was left. Hachu, it's your turn, buddy!
So can I run under him? Is he like in the air?
He is low and down to the ground and very smoky and fluttery. It doesn't look like there's too much of him that is actual material. He's growling, he's angry, he's got big old glowy eyes, he looks very withered and very smoky. And he's got about a 25 foot span.
Snake, run!
Now would be the time to use your Misty Poof if you have it.
I honestly want to know how you haven't shredded your vocal cords at this point.
Lots of training.
Getting the message that's just like, I can't sing in Torn's voice anymore.
Oh no.
I can.
You sent me a message that's like, it's I'm killing my voice while singing in Torn's voice.
Oh well, I can only do it for like an hour.
Oh, that's longer than some guys who can only do it in 10 minutes.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. at this point. I
Ah, okay. There you go. Come on, use your strongman actions. Visibility, Misty Step, you got it. Alright. Yeah, invisibility, you fucking poof. Roll me a perception check.
okay. 10. Thanks.
You believe you are entirely invisible to everything here.
Oh no.
Make
He
a move.
believes. Make your move, reindeer games.
Hey, hey, Hachu, can you see the Emperor's fine clothes?
I can imagine just confidently strutting away.
Just a little sachet snake shimmy.
Oh,
Shimmy,
well,
shimmy, do 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 do.
Alright.
Oh, get me
The
outta
snake goes
here.
invisible as each of his scales slowly go like active camo and then whoop, 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 starts slithering his way around. It makes the Halo overshield sound. Just... Alrighty. Nikos, it's your turn.
All right. Well, let's stab Deer Knight. And since he's still prone, I get advantage, yes?
You do. Give him a good old stab. God
Holy
damn,
shit.
yeah, that hits. This thing is
There?
down on the
Second
ground. You don't need a second attack, but if you want to, go for
Cool.
it. You
Nah,
Save it,
he's
save it.
dead
We have
on
other
the-
enemies.
yeah,
Yeah,
you walk
I
up,
know.
raise your shield, drive the spear down into him. It convulses for a second, and then goes completely limp. God damn.
All right.
You limp noodle.
I'll go right up here and attack this Mr. Shambles, the one right in front of me.
All right. Give me
Good
an attack
And
for
give me a
Mr.
second. I
Shambles.
accidentally closed my sheet.
Oops.
Oops, I still have advantage. Shit.
You can turn it off for now, but we'll accept that nat 20.
Yeah.
Give me the damage.
Let's go.
Because it makes for a
There we go.
cooler story.
You exceeded his
Exactly.
health by like 3 times. Yeah, you fucking you
Excellent.
stab him with your spear, and Mr. Shambles manages to just fall into 2 pieces somehow. Holy shit! What else you got, bud?
Let's go. Follow me.
Nikos, what is your profession? How?
Kill! Kill! Kill!
Alright,
Blood for the
anything
blood
else?
god! Blood for the blood god!
Skulls
No,
for the
that's
skull
all.
throne. Alright, we now get to Franciscan Paladin, who is starting to collectively shit a brick a little bit here. He's gonna go for a nice... Actually, let me see what his perception is. He's perceiving every bit of this battle. Okay, charisma save.
I can see everything.
I could see your genes back to the beginning.
He can see Hachu while he's invisible. He also
He
has
knows
thermal
he isn't
vision.
real.
His helmet has
He knows
thermals.
he's in a game.
Magical thermals. Well, that's a 2 on his charisma save. Okay. Eh. Eh. Oh. You know, this seems appropriate. I'm down with it. These guys, yeah. These guys signed a deal. They know what they're up for. He knows what he's about. He knows what he's ready to do. Let me, I don't need a line. I need a cycle. Cool. Okay, you're outside of it, Wilhelm.
What's up?
Nothing.
Uh-oh.
Oh god.
I think I know what he's about to do.
I know exactly what he's about to do.
Is this the fucking smoking dragon demon thing?
No. The Franciscan Paladin rolled a very excellent perception of 22, but a 2 on his charisma, and has deemed this a losing fight. However, you are outside of the 15-foot radius. As you see him plant the halberd into the ground, lowers his head for a moment, puts his hand over his heart, and a nice big ploof of flame and smoke just explodes outwards and incinerates the 3 around him, including himself, leaving remnants of shattered, burnt, fried apart armor.
What did
Should have done that to the dragon, damn it.
Next turn. I literally was 2 seconds away from saving him and killing all 3 of those guys.
Rip.
Sounds
know.
like you need to be faster.
Pussy ass bitch.
We are down to
Rip
Trencher,
Bozo.
who is still prone, who has to try to break out of this.
I'm just curious, can Hachu just, like, in concentration? Or, yeah, that's a concentration thing.
Yeah. He just kind of boop-a-doop-a-doop-boop. So yeah, this guy's
Yeah, don't mind
freaking out
me,
and
I'm
still
stepping
pinned.
back.
He's not having a good time. Wilhelm, you're up, bud.
Well, let's start moving my thing over.
Start rolling the cannon up.
I want to say it was there. Let me double check. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
There's that. It's just gonna move right now because it is not in range of anything. Meanwhile, I don't really have to move, and there's nobody really near me, so I'm gonna stay where I am. But I am going to go to my main sheet. There we go. And because it has a good bonus, pretty sure that hits.
Who are you shooting at?
The big smoky dragon.
Ah, yeah, that hits.
What are you shooting at it with?
A firebolt.
Firebolt.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay, 8 damage.
You only said 8, so that makes me upset. It's not a traditional thing. And with that, I'm gonna start moving forward.
All right.
Let me get near where I last saw Hot
As you
Shoe.
go away, give me a perception roll.
Let me remember where I am.
You're
Oh,
at
one
the
over.
base of the sarcophagus there.
Yeah, I was gonna say 1 over, same level as my N. So there we go. And then as I move away, perception, you said?
Damn.
Is it one?
As you're going away, you kind of look over your shoulder for half a moment, wondering why was she casting a spell there. You see in particular sort of golden with silver trim shield, and it has a very ornate kind of rounded edge blue painted cross on the front of the shield over the chest of the sort of nicely engraved tomb there that is sitting above ground. And it's giving off a little bit of a glimmer. It's kind of faint as you're moving off and away, getting ready to engage.
As I get to my point, I mean, like, someone needs to look at that sarcophagus. Torin, if you can get your butt over there.
No!
Something needs to happen.
No way! No! I'm leaving! We're leaving!
Rather run into the people you're fighting?
Wait, what?
At least some of us need to leave. Someone needs to go and tell them what's happening upstairs.
That's valid. The invisible snake can do it.
Hey,
Actually,
Torin,
my money's on the tiny kobold.
you're up, Torin.
Torin's kinda beat the shit. He's singed. He's like fucking bleeding from somewhere. He's
Yeah,
staggering a bit.
it's not doing so hot.
Dash.
He's
I'm gonna use the bathroom. Be right back.
he's looking. He's got that shell shock look on his face, like someone who's like lost that first rave of adrenaline, who's now kind of coming down, but
Oh,
also
no.
still totally panicking.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of looking for input.
Father, you are the nearest to him. Kobold's in a state of panic. He's not doing great, but he's got a new toy.
He's holding a gigantic sword,
Giant
panicking.
sword. How much HP do you actually have?
I've got 17 left.
Oh, you've got 17 left? You should fucking go for it. That's more than me.
Just say something. He's on a hair trigger. Say something.
We're gonna work this into my next turn, but I'm about to shout "Oorah" and charge straight into the into the northern group of these skelly boys.
Alright. He sees you going that way, he's going that way too. DM, how does this special attack work?
So any enemy, up to 3 enemies within 5 feet of you, you can declare that as your attack instead of your regular action. And everybody within, up to 3 enemy within 5 feet of you have to make that save.
Okay. Cool. I'm going to declare that special as my attack, and Torin is going to charge ahead of Piotr. Piotr.
As I'm just standing up and starting the fucking.
He's just
I'm just at, and you're just like.
fucking flies by you.
Like a, yeah!
Going to charge right up here between them and swing this thing like a fucking
Okay, I'm back.
propeller from the middle.
Did Torin get away?
He's trying to. Let me roll con saves for him, then.
Yeah, DC 14. Yeah.
They both fell. Roll me damage.
Oh my god.
What the fuck? Torin.
Wait, what the fuck?
Oh, that's sad. That's sad.
Is he trying to hit them with a sword?
It's not, though, because they only have 5 health. So, a nice, glorious Soviet, or not Soviet, but Russian "Ura" yells out as you get 2 steps in, and your back of your right knee almost gets dropped as, running forward like a Beyblade, Torn goes forward, spinning on a couple heels, spiraling, and just takes out the legs of these 2 and drops them as he's letting out a screech and almost starts to fall over, spinning in place.
He's like fucking winding down.
Winding down from it, you stagger to the side a few steps and just upright yourself like, oh.
Now you have the dizzy condition.
Oh god.
I can't. I'm so tired of this.
Father Troikov, it's your turn.
Alright, that's my movement area. I'm going to.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna rush just past the kobold.
Alright.
And for my primary action, I'm going to cast a firebolt on this guy.
Mr. Witch Doctor.
Yes.
Alright, send it.
He told me what to do.
Ooh,
Oh, I
was
still have
offended.
advantage. Oops.
Apparently it was a storm. So if I do cut out as well, I will be back momentada.
Yeah, right now there's a dust storm warning for
Got it.
Ah, that's why it's orange outside. I was like, why is the Mexico filter on?
The Breaking Bad filter.
Yeah. Yeah, the 12 hits. Give me damage. Make sure you turn off that advantage, though, after. Ooh, 15. Fucking.
I
alright.
did.
Oh.
Oh,
2d10.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah, Playmaster fucking turns, looks to you. You just arc your sword out, a nice firebolt comes flying off of it, catches him in the chest, bursts into flames, falls to the ground, does a nice little muffled yell.
While he's on the ground, he does the I don't feel good, Tony Stark.
Tony Sparks.
Tony Stark.
Tony Spark.
I don't feel good, Tony Sparks.
And it starts to dissolve.
All right.
Is this the
As he starts dissolving, I'm going to turn to Tor and I'm going to tell him, "You need to get out of here and tell them what's going on!" Pointing at the hole in the wall. I am also going to move my spiritual weapon over here and hit the last skelly boy if he still stands.
Alright, it will fly on past. Give it a swing.
It's funny too, because me and Peter are essentially using the same tactic as 2 different classes.
Yep. Ah, it doesn't quite hit.
Ah. Oh well.
It swings at him and he does this weird back-snapping, like, sort of semi-dodge. It wasn't even purposeful, it was just him fucking twirling about. Being a spaz. Alright. We now get to Mr. Big Chonk.
The entity.
Before him, the entity.
Oh no. He can see me again.
Hachu, you will need to make a dex save, as will you, Wilhelm.
Oh god.
Oh, not again.
Dex.
Yep, dex save.
Oh,
Got
God.
dexterity.
Eh.
Oh,
Hachu, you noodle dive and just managed to get out of the way.
Curls
However,
himself up into a
Wilhelm,
spring and jumps.
yeah, just doing, just drops down into a little coil and dodges it. His wings furl out and he goes zooming past. The wings pass through you, Wilhelm, and you take. You take 9 necrotic damage as he sweeps across and comes to a skidding halt. The wings pass through you, and you feel yourself kind of rotting and slowly dying a bit
Oh, Jesus.
as he turns about. And that is his turn.
You've activated my trap card.
Oh no! We now get to the others. 5, 10, 15, 20. He's gonna run on over here, looks at you. I need a con save, Mr. Wilhelm.
It's okay. Con is actually one of my highest.
Yay!
Nice.
I'm glad.
18.
God damn, yeah, you're fine. He tries to cast something at you, and you see it drop, and he looks at his hand for a moment, kind of slowly trying to comprehend, like, why didn't that work?
I flip him off.
I am Wilhelm Schwartz.
I have a
Hello, I am Wilhelm Schultz, and you can suck this dick.
God.
Wiener sausage.
You can suck my schnitzel.
So, unfortunate
Oh, that guy did.
zombie scene. This guy, I'm not even gonna roll for him. There's no way he's surviving the mauling while he's still pinned to the ground magically by Hachu.
Oh no.
Poor Trencher dies a very horrible 28 days later death. Flagellant, though, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He's gonna dash rapidly, spinning that flail above his head. But he's not going to get to make an attack. This guy, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, is going to dash up towards you, but can't make an attack. And 2 kobolds. Going to release 1 crossbow. Pew! That's a miss. Other kobold. Pew! Ooh, does a 19 hit Wilhelm?
I'm pretty sure that's a yes.
Alright, let me make sure I'm getting the crossbow stat correct. Yeah, it's only a d8. Okay. Where is my d8? There's my d8. Ugh. You take 1 piercing damage from a very old, possibly, like, tetanus-ridden, brass-tipped, like, beat-to-shit crossbow bolt. It just catches you in the side at very low velocity.
It was only a flesh wound.
If even that. The kobold looks kind of sad that his crossbow has been cocked for, like, 80 years, and
Oops, I didn't
doesn't
mean
wonder
to do
why
that.
it doesn't work. Spiritual weapon.
On an unrelated note, could I theoretically cast Purify Food and Drink on him?
On who? The kobold?
No, on Wilhelm if he has tetanus.
God.
It's like remove poison. That's the one.
Yeah, remove poison or cure poison or ailment is definitely the spell you'd have to use. However,
Fucking a month down the road, Willem Schwartz is like, "Hello, my name is Wilhelm Schwartz."
help! I'm reducing. We now get to Hachu. It's your turn. You're
Okay.
invisible. You
Come
don't
to
know if
save
that was
me,
meant for
Snake.
you.
Well, I'm not sticking around to find out. So I'm skedaddling over here.
Skedaddle,
dash,
skedoodle. You are now a big
Skadoosh.
Yeah, I think Dash is gonna. Well, actually, hold on.
Oh, hello, Thunder. Wow, that orange filter is strong outside.
Yeah, I don't got it down here. I can actually still see the sky.
Dude, it's bad here. Oh, it's lightly raining. Cool.
Hi, buddy. You're
Alright.
fine.
And then you
I
said
assume
you're
that I
dashing,
still-
so you get another 30 feet unless you want to
Uh,
use your action.
I'll use an action. to help out.
All right. What you do?
Probably doesn't actually need this. Well, let me read the ranges of some of my things real quick. Oh, I'll just use Eldritch Blast on this guy over here. It's I have 120 feet of range of him.
All right. Send it. Them some fat raindrops.
So now I need to do the slash d20 again, which not slash d20. I can roll the 2 over here.
All right, I need to take lantern out of my inventory.
Oh yeah, you chucked it.
Oh, that's awful.
You come grab one of these kiddos.
So 9 plus 6. Is
She's in the
there?
fight now.
What's your spellcasting mod? It's a, or is it 7?
Plus 7.
So that's a 16 and a 11. What is this guy's AC? Wow, yeah, those both hit. Give me a 2d10. Wow,
Damn,
holy
nice.
shit. Hang on, hello, Ray.
Okay, let's bring that in here.
Not bad. 8 and 4.
God, she has such a mom voice.
He was really excited to see Marin. He might want to play with her.
It is raining so hard I can't see 10 feet outside my window.
I'm jealous.
But it's orange filter, so it's dusty rain. Ooh, 12 damage. Okay.
What are you doing to me, bro? Sorry, I'm being attacked by a baby.
Baby. Yeah, if I
Punch
do
him
cut
back.
out, I will be back.
Oh, nice shot. Fucking hot shit.
Fucking, yeah, Hachu reaching just a little bit past the pillar, lets off 2 Eldritch Blasts. They fucking curl around, catch this guy in the back. You guys are fucking spell snipers. You do still have your bonus action, Hachu, if you'd like to use it.
I look back at well, I look back at where they came. Actually, no, he's no longer invisible now
He
that
is.
he attacked.
Eldritch Blast
now that-
doesn't dissolve it, does it?
I think any type of attack does.
Let me read it.
That's fine. He wasn't invisible anyways.
Yeah, it's that spell ends for a target. Well, I'm already away from where I am, so I'm not.
Yeah,
where I
so
want
he
to
comes
be,
back
so
into
I'm fine.
vision only for a moment as he throws those 2 spell balls out and catches them and saves you. But
look
Snake
back
is
at
now
my-
visible again.
Uncle Shane,
Danke schön, I am Wilhelm Schultz.
I actually forgot that I have Blessing of Reflect.
Ah, he checks his notes.
Too late.
You'll have to use
I
it on
don't
the
know.
next
Hold on,
one,
guys.
perhaps.
Oh, hold on to it. I just realized that.
From the
Oh,
book
it's the only
page.
thing I have like out right now that's text.
Yep.
Because you ate the weird fleshy
You
book
ate
page.
the flesh page.
Yes.
From
The
Pick a
fleshy book
Tricks.
saved my ass.
Picatrix comes in for the save. So anything else at you?
I'll move over 5 feet.
Alright.
I only move 25 feet, so I'll just move
Sounds
over
good.
a little bit more.
Adjusts his stance.
Nikos, you are up.
All right. Let's take a stab at that flagellin in front of me.
That hits. Give me the damage.
Damblage.
Okay. You give him a nice swing in the chest and catch him. You retract and ready up again behind your shield.
He's still up, okay.
He is still up.
Give him another then.
Fucking,
Yep.
yeah, that hits.
Yep.
Oh, and 7 again.
And he fucking drops like a sack of bricks.
All
Good
right.
shit.
Fades into dust around the end of the spear.
This pig.
No, what really happened is he stabbed him the first time, pulled back, and then blew on him, and he just faded away.
Yeah. That's all for now.
Alrighty.
That's all, folks.
Trencher is dead. Wilhelm, it is your turn.
Okay. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cast my last second level spell. And one second. I only got one hand because I got a baby. So I'm going to cast.
Put the baby on the mic.
No.
Say hi. Say He's shy right now. So I'm casting that right now.
Shatter, okay. And you're casting that on.
The big, scary demon.
The
cloud
big fuck.
dragon.
Alright. Each creature in the 10-foot radius sphere centered on the poise must make a con saving throw. It takes 3 to 8 thunder damage. Creature with organic material such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage. A non-material object that isn't being worn or carried also takes damage if it's in the spell's area. Okay. So I have to beat a 15 with a con save.
Yes, I want to say it's 15.
That's a nat 1. He definitely failed. Give
Oh
me
my
that
God.
damage.
Okay, so this one, what is it, 3d8? Is that double
3d8?
damage? Right?
Technically, yeah.
That's brutal.
Fucking.
That's 68. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Double damage.
Okay.
double.
Hit.
Yeah.
Wow, he is barely standing as this
So,
erupts
bonus
next
action.
to him.
Bonus action.
Oh god. Alright.
So-
You're gonna fucking blowtorch him?
Oh, Lord, I can't, get your hands on my mouth, Ollie.
So in my head, he just said, "Hello, my name is William Schultz," but it was fucking gained out and bass boosted.
Okay, so
Alright.
12 if you can manage a
Oh,
15
fucking
dex save.
15
Or
dex
6
save.
gets half damage.
Nah, he's failing. That's tough.
Jesus. Did you just solo the evil spooky dragon?
So a concussive charge goes off next to it and shakes it to the side as it's shaking its head and trying to wipe at its face. It looks up just in time for the Flamen Warfenflamen to just fucking roast this thing in place.
I was planning on coming back to help, but
Yeah, it
guess
cooks
you
for
got
a
it.
bit, it drops to the ground and burns. However, everybody give me a perception check.
That was loud, wasn't it?
Everybody in that room or everybody?
Everybody. That includes Leroy.
Wait, what? What? Huh?
Perception
I'm actually
roll,
involved
please.
now?
Yep.
Holy shit.
Perception roll.
Well, also I'm going to do movement at the end of my turn, too.
We're getting some hell and shit. Oh boy.
Yeah, you guys are getting knocked, and I'm fine.
Sand
I
hail.
didn't know you got hail in Arizona.
Oh, all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Huge thing.
Oh,
We get like massive
I
thundercloud.
feel like I'm in a tank getting shot at by a machine gun. It's hitting the wall behind my screen. Oh my god. Alright. So let's see. 13, 22, 13, 8, 18, and 8. Leroy! You
I don't see
hear-
shit.
You don't see anything. You hear what might be like a little piff, and you're like, oh, maybe a truck backfired or something way out in the distance, whatever. You go back to your cigar. Everybody else except for Wilhelm and Fyodor, you guys don't quite realize the extent of that because you're a little hyper focused on what's going on. Maybe it's the wolf or the flamethrower, maybe it's some of the noises from the kobold. You don't quite realize it. However, Torn and Nikos and Hachu, you guys are dialed in enough. That sound is echoing out. That thunderous concussive blast. You can
Oh,
hear the
shit.
faint echoes of it going up hallways. You can hear it going out the little tunnel in front of you. You hear it resounding within this underground cathedral a bit. And you start to hear a little bit of a rumble. The result of that will show up later.
With the last of my movement, I'm moving up to the sarcophagi.
Alrighty. You can
Oh,
make me
just a
another
sarcophagus.
perception roll.
Sarcophagi are plural.
He's a
Oh,
soft
that's right.
guy.
First,
Yep, another perception roll.
alright.
Hey, as you run up on it, you're like, glowing shield. Maybe that's important. You look at it again. Yeah, that shield is very faintly glowing, and if you had to gain some sort of perception from this, you just barely get the idea. It seems magical. Torin, you're up, bud.
Run! Go!
Okay,
Heading off the ball,
dash for the exit.
Maybe.
All right.
Thorin's out.
Okay, ready those charisma checks.
Torin is outie. We will get to that in a moment.
A bloody singed kobold running at you with a gigantic sword screaming. Yeah, charisma.
Screaming
20.
zombies!
I need you to make me a dexterity roll, Torin.
Oh. Would that fit through the door with the sword?
So Jover.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sweet.
You're able to navigate the sword in there to your side. You go inside, and you realize the tunnel is about manhole-sized, going sideways. And you're able to kind of crawl through it and like sort of crouch walk with your size. And you get to the base of it, and you realize the hole drops into what seems to be a very old, possibly a sewer line that's gone long dry. And you kind of drop down into it, and you look straight ahead, and you see an open, sort of manhole cover entrance and a little ladder dropping down from the surface.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sprint for that. We're in full sprint.
You go forward, you start clambering your way up the ladder, and we will get to that in a moment. Father Troika, we're back to you.
Almost simultaneous with the explosions, a kobold emerges screaming about zombies. Now that he is gone, I think me and Nikos are gonna have to perform a rearguard action for the rest of the party.
Yep.
Can we move the guy who's on top of me so I can be standing there?
You have a guy on top of you. Very nice.
Ah.
Yeah, give me one moment. I gotta orchestrate and move some stuffs real
He's
quick
getting
like
tricky
here.
in the catacombs. Yo.
Yo, he's
He's not
doing that
French.
thing with his tongue again. He's
That
doing
thing,
that
of
snake
course.
tongue thing where he tastes the air.
That thing, of course, being I'm about to cast Firebolt again.
Give me one moment to move a couple of these.
I can't fucking believe I got that sword.
God, oh, jeez. We'll talk about that later. All
It looks
right.
like one made out.
Man, the next couple of turns are going to be us trying to cover the exit while Wilhelm Schultz up there stands by the sarcophagus, investigating it, and his flamethrower holds off hordes of the undead.
Which guy am I moving again? Oh, there
That-
it is.
that
Okay,
one.
there we go. Alrighty. And you
Alright,
do
and
anything else
I-
with this turn?
Yes, I have several other things I can do. I plan to hit this guy with a firebolt.
Alright, send it. Poof. Well, it meets his AC, so it'll do half damage.
He gets a 1.
Ooh.
No.
God damn. Okay. Fucking instantly catches one of the chest and drops to the ground hard.
Then I'm going to have my spiritual weapon attack this guy.
Alright, give me the swing. Use the Schwartz.
That spiritual weapon is fucking slick.
Oh, yeah. God, yeah, that hits. Give me damage. Fucking. Wow. Okay. Yeah. He's done fucking double tap people here. Let's go.
Can I move the
Yes.
spiritual weapon now? Okay.
Yes, you can.
And it can move 20 feet. So, I guess we're going to put it right here. That's close enough.
Alrighty. So we're on the move. We now get to. Big Zesty is dead. Undead's turn.
Zesty.
This guy is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Comes running on up to here. Aims, and is going to cast, because it's an inanimate object, it's very, very fucking easy to hit. And he rolls in that one. Cool. It goes wide and fucking smacks the back wall. Either he was trying to hit you, Wilhelm, or something next to you. It sails past and hits the wall and just fucking sputters out the spell that he cast. Let's get to the other guys. Mr. Shambles is going to come running on up. Other Plague Doctor is going to run forward. Kobolds are going to run over here, set up a little firing line. Mr. Shambles is going to run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20. Hachu. We'll do these attacks first.
Isn't he invisible?
No.
Nope, because he cast Eldritch
Not
Blast.
anymore.
It did break his concentration. Does a 13 hit you?
Ah,
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, you take 2 damage. Do you have any poison resistances?
Yes, I do. I have advantage on saving throws. Avoid or end the poisonous condition itself. Have a resistance to poison damage.
All right, so we'll do half of that. So you only take 1 damage. You don't take any poison damage. This guy will swing at you. Wha-cha! I'm assuming a 10 doesn't hit.
10 does not hit.
Thank you. Oh god, you're not that squishy. This guy's gonna swing at you. Does a 12 hit?
That just passed it, yeah.
Ooh. Oh,
so,
so
that's 1 past it.
1 pat. Damn. Okay. Let's see.
I have
He
a class of
does.
11.
Ooh. He does 4 slashing damage and 1 poison damage, which gets cut in half. So he just does 4 slashing. You don't take any poison from these guys.
Hey, I can live with that. That's only 6 hit points gone. I can live with that.
Oh my god. All right. Yeah. They're swiping, slashing at you. Let's get to these guys. First one's gonna go at Father Trekoff. Boom.
oh, of the kobolds?
Does a 19 hit you? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So let's go. Wha-cha! That is 6 piercing damage from a crossbow bolt that catches you, and Hachu
Ow.
Oof.
gets advantage because there are friendlies on top of you. Pack tactics. He still misses anyway because he's blind. Hachu, we get to the top of the turn order. It is your turn, bud. You got Mr. Shambles creeping up on you. You got 2 crossbow kobold monks firing, and you got 2 plague doctors rushing their way towards Wilhelm.
Well, I'm gonna use spray of cards on him.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Get a cone.
Send it.
Alright, so I do that. Then 15 for cone.
2d10? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Second level
Motherfucker's
spells are
Gambit.
fucking awesome, man.
Failed save creature, you gotta make a dex save. Okay. Cha. Cha. Ka-chow. Kazam. Wow, okay, they're all failing. Give me a 2d10. Holy shit. Fucking X-Men Gambit over here. Alright, yeah, he runs over. You see him pull a deck of cards out. Doesn't have the sleeve over it. Puts it in both of his hands and just does like that 52 pickup bullshit. And it just flies and starts serrating and cutting these guys and knocking them back. They only have 5 health, so...
Damn.
Pwah. Pwah. Fucking
Yeah!
Hachu being Gambit over here. Alright.
Nice.
They're all
Snake is going
down.
murder hobo.
fucking
Casters
go.
for the win.
Alright, yeah, you dispatch them all with a fucking 52 pickup. They're dropping to the ground, sliced up and falling apart. What do?
What are other things I can do as a bonus action? Like since my magic's my main thing, so I don't really know what else I'm supposed to do.
Was he one of the people who noticed that the big explosion has gone off?
Yep.
In that case, you can probably start shooting.
Some spells might be bonus actions. I don't know what you have.
Most of
Wizards
Wizard
don't have
spells
too
are
many
unfortunately
bonus
like
action spells, yeah.
I can
Oh,
talk
reaction.
to animals as a bonus spell probably, but that just comes being a snake man. So
Leave it to the
Um,
artillerymen to make a loud fucking explosion.
all right.
Hey, you killed the giant fucking things, and that was scary, so.
Yeah.
Good trade, good trade.
well, I'm gonna take out my pocket hammerless and try to shoot one of these guys. That's the
Alright,
I can
you-
shoot with that,
Give
right?
me give me a offhand, or give me an attack with just -3 from the roll for shooting the poor kobold monk. You heretic. That's a 8, 8 does not hit as you pull out your hammerless fire and it sails past him and hits the wall towards the back.
Oh well, I tried.
You gave a shot.
Such a cool start.
Yeah,
and
I
the
did
finish is
give
like,
it a shot.
"Aw."
Aw. Nikos.
It was the whole unholstering thing.
All right. Go up here, and I'm gonna throw my spear at this kobold here. This is a 14 hit.
It does indeed.
All right. 5. Bonus action, teleport it back, and then I'll throw it again.
Fucking. Alright, send it. Yeah, that hits.
Excellent.
God damn. Okay, yeah.
And sadly, I can't teleport it back again, so I'll just have to stay there.
Yeah, you fucking throw it at him, it hits. Fucking draw it back, throw it, sticks into him, he drops back, spear still stuck in him at the moment. What do? Oh,
That's all I got.
Where did you move to? Oh, there you are. Okay, I
right
see
up.
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna clutter out some of these bodies.
Thank you.
I'm hidden by all the piles of corpses.
I
Can
like
we
all
just
the
get
corpses.
like 3 or 4 perception roll loot at the end of this
Pretty
instead
much.
of having to go around and loot every one of the corpses? Assuming we decide to do that and not.
There's not gonna be much worth to loot off these guys.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
don't
no
know,
one
we
has
got the
any
big
like
fucking
bullets
sword.
on.
I'm gonna go steal the stuff from the friggin' Templar or the what's the guy?
Gonna take that shield. It's only gonna make the situation worse.
I know. I'm thinking about it so hard right now.
The problem is, if I were you, I would also be stealing the shield, so I
Right.
can't complain.
The kobold inadvertently makes out with the best loot just by trying to disarm the enemy.
I don't know. We got a dead guy that exploded. He might have some good stuff.
Give me one quick moment. Let me.
Oh, true. There are some
Let me
the
return
Italian
my
soldiers
lawn
we can loot.
chairs.
They probably have some stuff on them.
Yeah, but the
I'll-
Italian army's probably gonna want that back.
It was lost.
We
It
don't
burned
tell
up in
them.
the fire.
Simple.
Let me go retain my lawn chairs real quick. I'll be right back.
In theory, we
Storm's
could
trying to
return
steal.
their bodies as a token of good faith. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we don't know where their
They
guns
won't
are.
notice a couple bullets missing or something, you know?
Meanwhile,
What?
Nikos is walking really awkwardly because he's got 5 rifles strapped on under his coat.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't want 9mm go Cinti. I can't do anything with that.
They have Carcanos, though.
Plague Doctor. Both catch flame, shamble, and fall apart and crunch to the ground. Holy shit, fucking Flammenwerfer for going nuts down here.
Dude, I love this thing. This build is so good.
Just burning the shit out of everything.
I'm a one-trick pony. I have like intelligence.
Now,
and
can you
that's-
imagine like a platoon of these guys scattered among like 2 rifle companies in trench warfare in World War One?
Oh god. The spider cannon is just crawling down into the trench.
Crawling
Can I
down in
reach
fucking.
the shield from where I am?
You need to get some flamethrower sound effects from
I'll see
like
if I can find one.
Red
yeah.
Storm Rising 2.
Yeah.
Bunch of
Am I
Japanese
able to
screaming.
reach the shield from where I am?
You'd have to move a little bit to the side of it, about where she was standing, but yeah, you can see the shield. You're able to reach over and look at it. It is kind of faintly glowing. It's giving off little bits of energy.
Is it stuck on there? Can I grab it off?
It is fully like embedded into it. You would have to break some parts of the nice kind of marble work to free the shield.
Can I Arcana on the shield?
What would you like to do with the
Start
arcana?
conning all over the shield! Ah!
So I really can't like detect what type of magic is, and
Give me
I'm assuming it's magic.
give me investigation and arcana then.
Investigation and Arcana.
Yep, investigation and arcana. Damn, okay. Okay. So you lean in, you kind of adjust your welding goggles for a half moment, kind of look a little bit closer. Kind of furrow your brow for a second. This is not a magical imbued item so much as it is more so a magical sort of generative item.
It's a friggin' relic.
It's sort of a relic. It'd be on par with a relic. It is a item that you've seen used various times before where some things will be more interactive. This is one that you shove an amount of magic into and it generates something.
Gotcha. Alright.
And is currently empty of that charge that it needs to do whatever it's supposed to be doing.
Okay, I'm gonna move 10 more feet over here. And just stand by the dead guy real quick. Not doing anything with him yet. But I am going to turn around, and the dude who keeps throwing magic at me, I'm gonna throw magic back at him.
Hit him.
Based.
9 damage. Oh wow.
Fucking Plague Doctor gets smacked right in the face and just fucking incinerates in place and crumbles to the ground.
Oh, that was a plague doctor? I thought it was a
Nope.
magical.
That was a
mystery
Plague
ma-
Doctor.
Oh, okay.
Oh, now I get a flash flood warning, huh?
Meanwhile, he was struggling through the floodwaters to get rid of his, or to save his lawn chairs.
A little, yeah.
Flash floods travel
One
faster than
violet?
flash flood warnings.
That's my turn.
Did you know
Alrighty.
that Twitter Twitter alerts about earthquakes travel faster than earthquakes?
Dude, we found out fucking state, like, right next to me had an earthquake through a Discord call sooner than the actual earthquake tracking website did.
Well, that's because we were sitting here chatting, and I'm like, dude, I think I just had an earthquake.
I'm like, what? It's like, everything shook. Hang on. So I pull up the website, and I checked it again like 2 hours later. It still hadn't been reported. It was a fucking
Oh, there was, like-
4.1.
There was like an XKCD comic about it a while ago where he did the math. And if somebody tweets about an earthquake right after it happens in or while it's happening in San Francisco, I guess, depending on the length, then by the time, if someone is looking at Twitter in the right moment, then it can theoretically arrive in LA before the tweet can arrive in LA before the earthquake does.
Holy shit. I love it. Father Troikov, Piotr, it is your turn.
Alright, I am also going to be slinging some magic with a firebolt, and I guess that's the one remaining kobold.
The last remaining bad guy in here is that poor kobold trying helplessly to cock that crossbow with his foot and pull the cable back.
Somewhere, Torn just hears.
Oh.
It's okay, he's already dead.
Oof. Yeah, he's hit. Give me that damage. Oh, damn, poor guy. Fucking crossbow goes flying out of his hands as he gets crumpled and rips in two and drops to the ground. And, for now, down there, combat will drop. As everything pauses and goes still for a moment down there, you all kind of look to each other, realizing,
Wait, what?
oh, shit.
I looked at this dead guy and I want his stuff.
Hang on a sec.
Before we get to the looting and pilfering, we're going to do a scene transition.
To the kobold climbing out of the manhole cover inside the Italian headquarters tent.
Nope, he's inside the pooper.
It's like when Indiana Jones broke out the snake cave.
Oof.
I'd like to think he thrusts the sword
Sword
up
up
through
first.
the manhole and then turns it sideways and uses that as a handle to pull himself up.
Leroy, are you with us?
Are you still there?
Mr. Renville, Mr. Leroy, Mr. Southern Gentleman.
I think the storms ate him.
Oh no, not the storm.
Leroy Jenkins.
Let me just check the weather radar to see where he is.
He's in the call, so.
Yeah.
Stuff just passed him.
7:15, he did say he was going to the potty. He might be taking a 15-minute dookie.
I'm gonna text him.
Yeah. See if he's still taking a dookie.
I feel like I need to use his actual name as a NPC name because it's a very cool name.
Yeah.
I think that every time I look at his name in my contacts.
Like, that's not real.
No, I believe it is real. It's just he has a really cool last name.
He did.
I can't believe you killed all of them.
Oh, all of them in the main part. You still
In
got
that
three.
one chamber.
You got 3 hallways of additional entombed bodies.
While he's gone, Wilhelm Schultz, we should be collapsing the tunnel that leads into here.
Before
I'm
that,
feeling
however, we'll pass on him. He'll be catching up in the moment. Mr. Levencroft, Mr. Kobold, give me a perception roll.
Oh, okay. Let's keep these good rolls going here.
As you're climbing up, you get to the third to last rung, and you pause for a moment because you see the edge of a bayonet pass over the hole on one side, and then you hear some talking and yelling going on up above. You hear an engine turn on, you hear some sputtering, and you slowly creep your way up, and you peek over the edge just a little bit. Let me move this on over to here. As nobody seems to notice, however, you are in a predicament and a half.
Oh, great. This is an out of the frying pan situation.
Go to reveal areas. You see Leroy off in the distance, kind of looking a bit befuddled as you poke your head up. And you are currently amidst, seems to be kind of obscured from the monastery behind the truck that was conveniently pulled up to cover where the hole was. And you see Italian troops, all sides of you, starting to prep and get ready, some of them cocking weapons. And there's one kind of looking towards the entrance that you went into, but not paying enough attention, and is looking up towards the monastery. You can catch a very slight glimpse of what seems to be a lot of the various troops readying up and getting kind of half ready as well. Some of the knights starting to prop themselves. Spells are starting to get readied. It's looking like it's about to cook off here at the front entrance.
Does anyone around here look more important than anyone else?
Give me investigation. You can't quite tell from your lowered position and from just everybody moving about. You can't really see officers or anyone giving orders. They all seem to be moving kind of symbiotically and together.
Sorry about that. I had to unload about 5 pounds.
Hey, he's back.
Good job,
Leroy, if you would please give me a perception roll.
Of course you would do that.
Catch you up on what's going on. Alright. So that little rumble that you thought you heard earlier, we're not paying too much attention to it, kind of looking at your cigar. And you notice the gate next to you opens up as 4 of the Milanese, not Milanese, fucking Maltese. Malta Knights come running past you in full armor and kit and shields and are kind of taking up positions. You hear a couple bolts being cocked up above you, and you kind of look idly upwards. You see a couple rifles leveling out, and you kind of look to your left. You see a handful of troops come running out as well and are kind of taking half positions behind gates and fences in front of you and some of the barricades. You kind of let your vision settle back forward again, and you see a smattering of Italians starting to scatter and post up. You see one of the tankettes rolling a little ways up the path and coming to a stop as the hatch on it bolts closed. People are starting to ready rifles and aim towards each other at that rumble. And you hear a very, very faint sort of second rumble. And it seems like people are starting to get very readied. I have you currently on the map where you're kind of posted up and sitting back at the moment. People running past you and starting to get ready, looking to the south. Multiple troops starting to look north outside the perimeter.
Right, so I need cover is what I'm hearing, because
You should
whatever's about to
probably
go
get
down
to
is not.
cover. Yeah,
It's
Can I
going
get
down,
can I
please.
get inside the fort?
you can. The gate next to you is completely open. You can pass right in.
I was gonna say that hedge would probably be the next best bet. Yeah, let me see here.
Well, do you want cover or concealment?
Or do you
I
want to
don't
cross
wanna-
the lines and get out of all this? Throw some
I don't
charisma
have
saves
the
around.
movement capability to do so. I'd have to be bouncing from cover to cover and
No,
probably
no,
getting
no.
shot at.
Like, start shouting at people to calm down. Everybody calm down until you're out of the way. Then, okay, you can fight now.
Let me see if I have the charisma to pull that off. Charisma 3. Intimidation? No, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, I mean, any roll could. It might not have to go to a roll based on how it goes.
I got persuasion.
How would you look to get out of the situation or escalate or de-escalate?
Who here has seen The Gentleman with Matthew McConaughey and Charlie Hunt, or the guy that played Jackson,
I
Sons of
recall
Anarchy?
bits of it.
You remember the scene where he's chasing the kid for the cell phone, and he's like, "I know you all think you're proper gangsters."
Oh,
And
yeah,
like-
I know what you're talking about.
I get
Yeah.
you.
It would literally be a scenario like that where I try and talk my way through it.
Proper
So
naughty
who
boys.
are you gonna be
Proper
trying to
naughty
do that
boys.
to? The Maltese or the Milanese? Yeah, Maltese or the Italians.
Yeah, well, the ones that are closest to me.
Okay. So
Can I
they're
make a
starting to.
perception check to know if any of the Bersagliari are Milanese?
They
Actually,
might
so
be.
here's my question. Are they do they speak any of the languages I speak? That's the question.
English.
English, French,
They speak
Spanish.
English.
Okay.
Most of them speak English or understand enough of it.
Now you think yourselves proper fighting men?
They're kind of looking back to you, a handful of them that hear you saying that, and just kind of wave you off a little bit, like, kind of giving that impression of like, do you see what's going on? We are outnumbered like 8-1, and you're telling us to calm down? As they're like shouldering rifles and getting half ready, kind of taking part cover. You hear guys up on the walls starting to get into cover and lean in.
I have a feeling that they don't give a damn about civilians in this scenario, so yes, I'm going to seek cover.
Alrighty. Where are you gonna move about to get cover? Keep in mind, you are out of turn order, so you can move more than 30 feet.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to run on inside and get around the corner, you definitely can.
Yeah, the gatehouse is probably going to be the safest, strongest spot. They've got tankettes, they don't have proper tanks, so I'm not expecting them to throw a fucking Sturm Morser shell into the fucking building. You've seen how it is in War Thunder, I
Oh, yeah.
think.
Oh, yeah.
Painful.
Thump.
Yeah, I'm going to be here.
Alrighty.
This seems like the best spot to be.
We pan back down to Torin, who is currently manhole kind of peeking up here. You see the troops moving up and getting ready. You see them dashing up behind cover. Another tank kind of rolls forward a couple inches and is like fully powering up its engine. And I want you to roll, actually, no, you shouldn't have to roll anything for this. Technically, this just kind of happens. You see two troops slowly starting to make their way towards you, readying bayonets as if they're gonna, like, go into or check out the hole as they approach up, like, affixing bayonets to their rifles, not noticing you. What do you do, Torn?
I mean, retreating won't end. Jump, climb out.
You're gonna climb out fully?
Yeah.
Alright, as you come clambering on out, you got the big old sword in hand.
Bloody
Both your
sins.
hands, bloody and singed,
Burn.
damaged. As you step out, they both stop, raise their rifles at you, and like kind of half readied. And some of the other guys nearby see them and do the same, and are like readying submachine guns, like just looking at you a bit hesitantly and to each other, because you obviously do not match the people that went in.
Wait. Do they speak
Ooh.
English?
Who are you?
Torin Levencroft, I was a mediator in this situation. The men you sent down have all died. The demons have been awakened. The mausoleum is undead.
They kind of look to each other out of the corner of their eyes, and then one of them finally lowers his rifle, approaches you, takes you by the shoulder. Are you going to try to resist any motions or movements that they may make?
Who is they?
Two of the Basagliari move up to either side of you and are grabbing you by the shoulder and are kind of pushing you forward towards the buildings to the south.
No, I need to speak with whoever is in charge immediately. We need everyone here to stop what's happening in there.
One of them is going to try to grab you by the tail and the hind leg and try to raise you up so that you have no more footing.
I can walk.
They're trying to wrangle the sword out of your hands. One is holding your shoulder, the other one is starting to try to pry the sword, and one is grabbing either of your hind legs to raise you up.
Lift me up higher now.
Gonna let that happen, but he's gonna shout,
I want that back.
He'll take the sword and kind of hold it inside, and two of them are to your front left and front right, holding at you by the wrist or forearm, and one's behind you holding your hind legs, as the three of them will just kind of like, not trying to hurt you, but being forceful, will just start hauling you off and away towards the buildings, and they'll enter one of the occupied houses. And we will get back to that in a moment.
I want that back here!
As Torrid is hauled off, as more troops run over towards the little entrance there, give me a perception roll, Torrid, as they're dragging you inside. You look back towards
Before
the
he
entrance.
does that,
Oh?
Before he does that, right quick, I would like to know whether or not he's being taken into the one where we had the house that we had the meeting with the.
It is indeed.
It's the same one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As you're being pulled into there, you look over your shoulder, kind of struggling a bit, and you see two of the guys. One of them has kind of like a bigger Panama hat, looks a bit different than the others. Goes over, reaches into the back of the truck bed, pulls out a box and sets it down, and takes out a kind of T-handle shape and starts screwing it into the top of the box and priming it, and then is starting to lower some wires down into the manhole as one of the troops are quickly dropping down into it with what seems to be a couple bundles attached to their back.
okay, panic, no. He's just screaming,
No, wait.
fucking off the handle screaming.
Give me a strength save, as I will roll opposing strength. Wow, okay. You actually managed to kick your hind legs and your fucking right arm out of their grasp for a moment and drop down to your feet. Your right hand is free, but the left guy is still holding your forearm pretty tightly as they're looking to you for a half moment like, oh shit, he slipped out.
Apps. How do I do this? Fucking.
There are still men down there. The last chamber is secure. There is no threat there. My people are still down there.
Give me a Constitution save.
Oh.
Why is that Constitution?
Torn, your vision goes black as a butt of a rifle clocks you in the back of the
That's
head
why
as
it's
hard as it can.
Constitution. That makes sense. That's why it's
That explains it.
Constitution.
Oh, can you put the mark
Yeah.
the manhole on the map with another circle?
Yeah, can do.
Stop demanding the GM of things. He's gonna punish us.
All right.
GM,
Unfortunately,
I demand you give me ice cream!
Leroy did not see that, as we will pan back over to Under the Monastery.
Under the sea.
As you guys come to a nice pause and are looking around for a moment. Oh god, feedback. Okay, there you go. So what are you guys up to? What you looking at? What you doing?
Well, it seems like they're all dead again.
Again.
Cover the door. We don't want to. We want to make sure no more come in.
Got it. Oop, wrong tool.
Eagles rush on over, ready up, and kind of post at the door,
Yeah.
which you hear movement and shambling, but nothing's actively coming down the hallway at the moment.
I'm going to go. Hang on. Did Hachu went to talk to the
I'm
talk
still
to
down
the
here.
Maltese, right?
I'm still
They're
down.
still with you.
No, on the first day, or first session of this.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he was with you.
Yeah. All right. How about you and I go? You talk to the Maltese. I will talk to the Italians.
Well, sure.
And
I must say that was quite unpleasant.
Has it been not long enough for me to cast Revivify on this dude next to me?
You could. You have... What's the window of opportunity to use that?
1 minute.
It has been more than a minute, I can say that.
What about for these guys over here?
It's been more than a minute for them.
Oh, but they died like at the very end of the fight.
Towards the end.
Ah.
Nah,
fuck.
it's been more than a minute. These
Okay,
guys are not
I guess.
revivable.
Yeah, I guess we're just gonna go for it then. See if you can figure out what's going on, Wilhelm. And then out I'm going.
Alright, you're gonna start making your way out the manhole. Hachu, what are you up to? Where are you going?
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of this crypt.
Alright, you're gonna go with Cossack?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
So you're gonna start making your way through the tunnel as well. Wilhelm, you see the hoplite guarding the door, watching the back as the two of them are making their exit out. What are you up to?
If you guys feel like it, feel free to run too. You don't have to stay down here.
I'll be the last man out, so
Alright.
So I'm gonna move my thing all the way up there because I assume we're kind of out of turn order.
Yep.
Alright, so it's gonna
yeah,
move up
combat is
there,
over.
and it's essentially just gonna protect me.
Alright.
The dead dude that's next to me that basically conflagrated himself.
Yep.
What's he got on him?
You go up to what's left of him. He had his armor, he had some chainmail and breastplate, some very crude, heavy iron, kind of thick, sort of paladin armor. The helmet looks like it should be a large hood, but is actually fully metallic. And what you notice as you kind of pick it up is there's no eye holes on it.
He essentially had like blind sight. That's interesting.
Time to break out the saw.
But he doesn't have any like. I assume his weapon exploded in his
Give me
explosion?
investigation. You find what's left of the lower half of the halberd that isn't splintered and blown apart, looking like a broom handle. His
Bro does
armor's
not
all
want to give us
singed up.
cool weapons.
He's got no like items really worthwhile on him to begin with, but what he was wearing of his armor and other stuff, there's nothing remotely left of like usability or importance other than maybe his helmet. And from what you can tell, the helmet kind of needs to be worn with the full torso of armor because majority of the helmet's weight is supported by the shoulder armor.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna start dragging as many bodies as I can, basically to this area right here, of all the quote-unquote allied people. So the Maltese, the
Okay.
Italians. I'm gonna kind of line them up in their own factions, but essentially keep them all around in that center point. Once I finish doing that, I'm gonna make my way back over to this dragon thing. Does it leave any essence behind, for lack of a better word?
It does not. You do see a bit of what seems like a bunch of shadows kind of still floating around where it died, but it's just a large, relatively skeletal, dead dragon. Or at least demi-dragon.
Cool. If that's the case, then as I drag... Oh, and then obviously I'm dragging what remains I can.
What remains
the
of
concrete.
them.
Yeah, over
Fucking
there. I'm
dustpan.
basically just gonna kind of like stand by the bodies and guard them. So I'll put my thing on that side, and I'll stay on this side. I'm essentially just guarding the bodies, because being a veteran of battle, I do have respect for the dead. After they've perished, which is kind of a redundant statement. I do have respect for the dead after battle is over. So
Makes sense.
in kind of like a slightly homage to Peter, as well as just homage to my old
Trying to do the
Oh,
right
yeah,
thing and
do
not let bodies just be desecrated and whatnot.
yeah, exactly. Especially
Okay.
since the other thing is, if there's any issues with like rising or something like that, my flamethrower can essentially just like burn them. But it's not focused on them right now. It's focused on any threats that'll come from the outside.
I would like, as you're kind of standing by, Nikos, you're kind of backing up a little bit, watching the door. You see the other two of them slip into the sort of entrance that was made and start making their way through. As the two of you are going, Hachu and Peter, make me perception rolls.
Do we see the guys rigging the demolition charges?
No, I don't.
Nope.
You guys don't notice anything going on ahead as you continue crawling along through this sort of tunnel. And as you get
I
to the
swear,
edge
if
of it,
you kill me by blowing up this
you-
tunnel with me inside,
you
I'm gonna
get
be
to
so
your
fucking mad.
knees and you peek your head out at this sort of sewer system that you're at. Look straight across and see the ladder, and you see barely the edge of a foot go exiting out the top of it. You see the cables hanging down, and make me investigation. Hachu, you can make an investigation as well.
That's intimidation.
Oh.
Investigation.
Can't apparently.
There we go.
It didn't matter anyways. He rolled a 1.
Oh no!
Hachu, give me that investigation. Come on, what you got?
Please.
Yeah.
It's off
Uh,
something.
Father, you're very confused. You're like, wait, that's not torn. What the hell is all that? Why is there wires running to it? Like, it's just not connecting to your head.
It must be
Hachu,
telegraph table. Yes.
Yeah, maybe it's telegraph cable. Hachu, your snake head like pokes over his shoulder and looks past him for a moment.
Why are they stringing light bulbs?
You see the two large cables dropping down and in, going to a bit of a coil, and you see the 4 large backpack satchels that have the wires running into them. And you hear some yelling going on up above. I would like both of you to give me a... Do either of you speak Italian?
No.
Bobbity boobity.
Give me a moment.
Cannoli, spaghetti.
Bobbity boobity, big boomity.
I do not.
Ravioli.
So
I can speak Abyssal to him. I don't know how that's gonna help him.
I can speak Japanese. Does that help?
So you overhear... Fuoco nel buco.
I'll
And
just
then you
speak in
hear
one
a
more
second
Salt Squad
guy.
noises at us.
You hear a second guy yell it, and then you hear 4 or 5 guys also yelling it as if they're getting away from it.
Oh fuck.
What do?
So, Peter, the
You want me to? Do you want me to cut the wires?
cut the wires now. Just
All right. I'm gonna cut the wires.
You shamble on out, you're gonna run over to it and try to cut them. How are you cutting them?
You said it's all wound up in one big coil, right?
The wires seem to drop down over the side, hit the ground, coil up for about 3 feet, and then span out again into 2 of the 4 satchels.
I'm gonna hit them like right where they converge before the coil,
Okay.
Come on.
What do you
and I'm
hit
just gonna keep chopping at it until as much of it's done.
with your sword? Alright, make me an
Yeah.
attack.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, that hits. Give me damage.
Oh.
Expertly aimed, you swing it just right, you cut clean through one cable, but you only make it halfway through the second cable.
All right, I'm gonna do it again.
So is there 2 sets of these things, right?
There's 2 wires running down, yep. He cut through the first one, he's trying to cut through the second one. As you go to swing on the second one, it does hit, but I would need you to make me a sleight of hand roll.
You made Panther run forward?
You hit the guy.
But that guy hits you.
Alright, let's see. Alright. You hear the cranking sound as the sword is going down, and you hear the T-handle slam down into the box up above. Right as the sword makes connection with it, you beat him by 1. He rolled a 9. As the cable is cut by the saber right before, and you see the little spark go poof and hit the edge of your sword's blade.
Oh, fuck.
Holy shit. You should have just ran backwards.
You hear some
Ran
shuffling.
backwards to where?
You hear some
4
shuffling.
fucking backpacks full of TNT?
And you hear that phrase get yelled out again and echoed, and a second crank. And then a third crank. And then you see a face up above you peek over the side and look inside. It's an Basagliari looking rather shocked to see you two. And his eyes go straight to the sword that has cut both the cables.
I'm gonna look him in the eye and say, 4 coming out!
Where's the kaboom? That was
And
supposed to
turn
be
to Hachu
shattering
and tell him
kaboom.
to go get the other 2.
Right away.
He looks back down to you. I would like both of you to give me a perception roll. All right.
Hey.
Let me find an image of it real quick.
They're lowering down a tank.
That would be freaky.
In in-game images, God, these, yeah, no wonder they fucking lost. These things are ugly.
Throwing a fucking grenade at me, aren't you?
2 of these drop down next to you.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a grenade.
You got 5 seconds, my friend. What do the 2 of you do? You know they're grenades. You can both tell. Those are grenades.
All right,
Yeah,
we're
shit
in
out of
like
it.
a big long sewer, right?
It's a big long sewer that is, it's too dark, but you can tell it runs east and west pretty long.
I say we just throw them back in the hole.
Throw them back out.
No, not back out. Back in the hole we came from.
I mean, that could work. Is that what you 2 would like to try to do?
You know what? Oh, God, it's a tech save. I don't know if we'll be able to pull that off, but...
This will actually be a sleight of hand from both of you. To pick
Oh,
up
it's
the
gonna be
grenades
+1
and
either
chuck
way I
them,
do this.
and chuck them into the hole that you climb through.
So do we throw them in the hole or do we throw them further down the hallway?
Throw them away from the other explosives.
I mean, these grenades, yeah, either way it's going away from the other explosives.
As long... we
I guess
just
throwing
shoot-
them down the hallway is going to be easier.
Yeah, that would be easier.
They're going to trap us down here then?
No, so we're not doing that. We're throwing them down the hallway, and then we should put ourselves between the explosives and the grenades so that the fragments don't hit the explosives. And then we should curse out the guy who fucking threw them
And then
after I
take their
cast a healing
explosives.
spell.
Give me
You missed!
Give me a sleight of hand from each of you.
Oh,
Fuck.
Hachi reaches down as a little grabby-handed snake, grabs it, and just yeets it further down the hallway. Peter, you reach down, grab the grenade, go to chuck it, and it kind of drops out of your hand like that scene from Band of Brothers where they're trying to throw the grenades over the hedge. and it drops down and only rolls about 4 feet in front of you.
All right.
You guys got like 1 moment to choose your positioning. Currently, there's a grenade like 40 feet down the tunnel. There's a grenade about 5 feet away. The two of you, and then the bundle of satchels at the base of the ladder.
I'm gonna drop down, and can I by any chance cast a healing spell before the grenade goes off
Not
on
in
myself?
that 1 second, no.
Damn. Well, been nice knowing you guys. Oh.
Alright. So you're just gonna kind of take a knee and like hunker in?
Yeah, kind of, feet towards the grenade.
Alright, what are you doing, Hachu?
I can't cast false life. That won't be.
Not in the 1 second that you got before
No,
that
not
grenade's
in the
gonna
1
cook
second.
off.
Can I by any chance cast my one of my cantrips on touch on him?
I don't know.
Since
any
we're right
spells
next
that
to
will
each
go
other?
off in 1 second, nah. Not like that.
Can't give him 1d4 temporary HP for 1 turn.
Unfortunately, no. Not in these
Damn.
moments. You see him kind of hunkering in place, like accepting his possible fate. What are you doing, Hachu?
I just take a step back from it. That's the only thing I really can do.
Put yourself between the... We don't want the explosives to go off and kill the rest of the party.
You just kind of slither back a little bit as a bit of a half reaction. Alright, let's see. Both of you make me a dex save.
It's so Jover.
Oh! Oh, okay, let's see here.
Hachu's tail protects Peter.
Your faith protects you, and all of the shrapnel misses.
Hachu, you take 5 piercing damage, which is half of what it was. What's 5 cut in half?
All the shrapnel goes into your Bible.
Trikov, yeah, you, through some divine intervention or insane luck, you take
my
2
God.
piercing damage, only because one of the fragments managed to make it through the sole of your boot up into your foot. But the rest of you is perfectly fine in a weirdly crazy, sort of self-sacrificial way of making sure that these bombs didn't go off. None of the fragmentation except for one bit of it that makes it like through your heel. All of it just spalds around you, hits the rock, hits the wall, gives a nice puff of dust around as you're both coughing for a half moment and realize both of you just survived a, albeit shitty hand grenade, but a hand grenade like within 5 feet of you. The charges are still fine. The dust is kind of clearing. The second one goes off down the hall to no effect.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Prayer of Healing
Alright.
What HP
on
were
the
you
2 of
at?
us.
I am at 19.
I'm
I
at
know-
10.
Yeah, I knew you were low.
I can
rolled back.
upcast that to level 3, right?
You can.
I rolled better on my Shoo, that was some lightning.
I thought I saw some earlier.
There we go. 17 HP.
Hey, you both regained 17.
You are the luckiest man alive right
Shit.
now.
That brings
Oh,
me back to
man.
full health.
As the two of you like
Same.
brace for a moment, like, oh holy shit. And you're kind of sitting on your butt. Hachu's kind of like hunkering a bit. You both raise back up and look up, and you hear some yelling and shuffling going on up above you. What would the two of
Alright.
you like to do?
I'm going up the fucking ladder. I'm fucking mad.
Just
Alright.
angry
I'm
Cossack.
sheathing my sword and going up the ladder.
What are you doing,
Let
Hachu?
me see something. Read a thing.
Shout at them to come back or something. It's time to leave.
You missed.
Not them, the party.
Well, you told me to shout at them, and you didn't specify. So
Fair.
I'd be safe to say they can both
we have some
hear
Italians to go
via-
get.
Yeah,
They,
that's
they both hear the concussion of 2 grenades going off in that tunnel and just like,
I think we should leave.
Wilhelm? Wilhelm.
They got him too.
The baby got him. No.
Oh,
No.
no.
It's Dead Space
Before
all
I'm gonna
over
go
again.
though, I'm gonna snag a feather off the hat
You're
here.
gonna take up a sack I add an Italian feather to your inventory.
I'm taking a souvenir.
God.
Stuff it into
I'm
your
not gonna take like a skull.
We'll say
I'm
for
not gonna take like someone's skull or something.
for sake of argument, Wilhelm will follow behind you.
Yeah.
As you kind of motion to him from hearing the 2 grenade concussions go off, as the 2 of you start making your way towards the tunnel. Hachu, are you gonna follow up behind them, or?
Yeah, I will.
Alrighty.
How does he
Allow
climb
me-
ladders?
He just
Just all upper
periscopes up,
body strength?
puts his hands, grabs the ledge, and he doesn't even use the ladder. He just like elevators his way up.
I just spin up it, you know.
Alright. Let me go here, let me do this, let me switch to this. Fucking divine intervention music here.
We're back up top.
Yep.
Yes.
So you and Nikos
We're
will be
leaving.
popping up here shortly. Father Treekov and Hachu come slithering and climbing out, weapons at the ready. to
Did you
the
miss
very...
everyone almost dying?
He did.
Me? No,
We'll
I
catch up.
got the point where you guys were grenaded and you pulled off a nat 20 and
Okay.
Oh, good. Okay.
Powell got peppered and
Yeah, we're leaving before the tunnel can collapse.
So the
That's
two
Before they
of
come back
you
with more grenades.
pop on out to the surprised look of a paladin, a handful of Italians. Tanks are puttering up. Troops are readying rifles, and you see the Maltese soldiers and knights getting readied as well. And with those concussions going off, it seems like everything is like one trigger pull away from full escalation. You guys have the opportunity to do one action.
Well, I already told Hachu to go to the Maltese. So, Craven pointed out the commander, the unit commander to me earlier.
Yep.
Do I see him? I
Give
don't
me
remember his name
a
because I forgot to write that down.
investigation.
The roll I failed on.
Both of us, right?
Fuck.
The roll you failed on.
Allow me a quick moment to grab this guy's token, which I forgot to actually put out here. There he is. Haha. Yeah, you kind of look around. You can't tell who the officer is. There is a lot of troops moving about. There is a lot of things shuffling about. Let me go to here. Let me do this. And poof, there we go. Full battlefield visible. Alrighty.
Alright, in that case, I'm going to, give a... go up to the guy who, threw the grenades at me. And I'm going to tell him...
This guy.
I'm going to tell him to take me to your commander. I have information he needs to know immediately.
You are going to be met with an attempted bayonet thrust.
Ah!
I'm assuming a 12 doesn't hit, does it?
A 12 does not hit. I'm just gonna fucking
He tries to
let my
stab
let
at
my,
you and it
my,
goes
my little
past.
buckler that I have. I'm just gonna push it out of the way, and then I'm just gonna
Yep.
put my hand on his shoulder and tell him that again.
Give me intimidation.
Fuck!
God.
Well, he's worried, but not worried enough to actually listen. Also, there's plausibly a language barrier, but he's definitely shooketh as you just parried his thrust and are still seeming relatively calm with a hand on his shoulder.
Commandante! Commandante!
Kachu, how would you like to help the situation?
Go find someone else to talk to. Don't shoot. Don't hurt
shout out-
anyone. For the love of
I
Christ.
shout out, who is in charge around here? We need to speak with him.
Weapons are raised up at you. Others are aiming up at the Maltese. They're kind of confused. And one of them, down here at the back of the tank, looks, and then you see him raise a hand and point upwards, and he points to this guy out in the front, who doesn't even notice you guys, who is currently telling troops to move up with a wave of his hand.
Fantastic. Peter, over here.
Alright, if I leave this guy, is he gonna try and stab me in the back if I just walk away?
Give me an insight roll.
It's gonna be a 2.
You used up all your luck
7.
on not dying.
You're going 3-5, next is 7.
Intimidate. Oh, insight. There we go. Oh!
Nice.
Oh yeah, he's shooketh enough that he's not going to try to stab at you, but he's also really confused and hoping an NCO is about to tell him what to do. So it seems like you guys got a couple moments of sort of shocked out of their elements troops before somebody somewhere eventually makes the call to, like, fucking gut you.
Alright, off we go!
So you're just dashing and running past them as they're, like, aiming and not quite paying attention to you.
What was this guy's name again? I know Craven told it to me, but I don't remember.
That would be
Biggity property.
Lieutenant Alessio, or Alicio.
Ah, okay.
Nobody's ever heard of Elysia.
I'm going to come up behind him and I'm going to say, Lieutenant Alicio, we need to talk right now.
He pauses and stops, looks over his shoulder at you, looks back to the tank, tells it to keep moving as a bunch of the troops move up a little bit further, taking knees, laying down, getting ready. The Maltese troops also doing the same. And then he looks back to you and gives this look of like, who are you? Like, confused as to who you are, why you're standing here?
Okay, I run up to him. I shouldn't say run up to him. I slither over to him. I raise up above him a little bit, put my hand on his shoulder, and just tell him, the dead have arisen.
Give me intimidation.
Hey, it's a +3. I'll take it. That's better than his roll.
You rise up and he kind of leans back a bit and is like starting to reach for his pistol. As you put a hand to his shoulder and say that, he tilts his head. What do you mean?
The dead in the crypt, they have arisen. Both you and the Maltese knights need to be facing inward, not at each other.
Looks to the Maltese, looks
There
back
are
to you.
hundreds of undead that are going to come up through the crypts any minute now.
Pauses for a half moment, looks to the troops, tells them, puts a hand out and yells out, because I don't know it readily, something in Italian. It sounds like to the extent of "Halt, get low," and then looks over, leans past the two of you, points a knife hand outwards towards that tank as the tank starts to rotate and comes to a stop. And some of the troops behind it look to him, and he yells something pointing towards the hole as two of them nod and are starting to ready hand grenades and run over towards the edge of the hole.
Wait, we have two more coming out, and I'm going to also gesture to Hachu to go speak to the. As I'm saying that, I'm also going to gesture to Hachu to go speak to the Maltese and tell them what's going on.
Oh god.
Get a handle on things over here.
The two of them are pausing with their grenades, getting ready to throw them in as they look back and they're looking to and from. As Both Wilhelm and Nikos, your heads start to poke up, and you see guys readying hand grenades at you. Troops kind of scattered about.
Friendly.
I just crawl out. By the way, down there, I just spelled my Eldritch Cannon.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello, I am with head shorts.
Friendly.
I don't even honor them with that. I take one look at him and just climb out.
You climb on out, Nikos. You follow a little bit behind and clamber out. As they're kind of readying grenades, looking to you nervously. You see Peter standing next to what is assumedly the lieutenant, who's starting to yell out orders and tell people to like lower arms but not be unready. The tanks are starting to like look a little confused. Other troops are starting to move up from the buildings looking confused.
The tanks are looking confused. Their turrets are wiggling back and forth in that way that War Thunder players do when they can't quite see what they're trying to shoot at.
The little one-man turrets, the guys are poking their heads out the top, like, what the fuck?
The guy's in there rotating the turret with his little hand crank back and forth aggressively.
Hachu, how do you approach these guys?
I just come sliding over here. The dead in the tunnels have arisen. Just shouting that as I run through.
Paladin's got his shield and sword up and sees you approaching and kind of lowers his guard a little bit. What do you mean?
There was some, I don't know, some priestess lady down there that was in the middle of casting spell. We interrupted her. She was, I don't know exactly what she was doing, but the spell did not complete, and now the dead are filled with tunnels.
The dead are filled with the tunnels.
Yes. Yes. That is...
He's understanding the gist of what you're saying as he gives a nod, turns, looks back, motions for some of the knights and various paladins who give a quick nod and start racing their way past in. Leroy, you hear a somewhat familiar snake voice outside yelling and saying something before you see a bunch of these knights go running inside in order and go traipsing on into the building to address something. The rest of the regular Maltese soldiers, however, are still staying in their readied positions, rifles at the half ready, taking knees, laying down, aiming between the ramparts. And he looks back to you. Very well. I'm assuming then this is lost.
I just quietly go up to him. The Italians were down there too. This is most likely they're doing.
Very well. Looks up and points to one of the soldiers up on the rampart and gives a hand about, kind of in a twirl signal, and yells out something in what you can only assume to be sort of a Maltese sort of blend accent. And he looks back down, looks over, and you start to hear some of the guys yell and echo this as they start to raise their rifles, stand up, and quickly start to fall back and regroup into the walls and fortifications. Leroy, you start to notice a lot of these troops are getting off the wall, dropping down it, running down the staircases, falling back, and they start to assemble and congregate inside. Do you go with them, Hachu?
Yes, I do.
Alright. You kind of fall back with them as everybody starts folding and peeling in. Leroy, you see guys running past you. You see Hachu running up with the Hospitaller Knight.
Just covered in dirt.
Just covered in dirt.
scrapes
And, like, yeah, he's all fucked up looking. And all
Hey,
the
I healed
troops
him.
are...
None of his scrapes are bleeding.
They're not bleeding, but he's still a bit tethered. Alright, let me... Damn. Fucking... Like, somehow managing to negate that. As they all start faltering in, and he looks to both of you, Leroy and Hachu. We are leaving. This is far beyond us. We were not meant to be here for this, and we are not here for the Italians to assumedly take this by force. Seems they are already trying to. We were only here as a show of force. I'm not looking to lose men. And starts giving out a couple more orders as troops are nodding and quickly start to disperse, making their way to the north side of the compound on the opposite side of the central building.
Gonna let them leave like that? Damn. Pussy ass bitches.
What would Leroy and Hachu like to do now that you guys can see each other and the troops are starting to fold and quickly make their way on out of there?
Sir, I would believe it would be your best interest to remain here until the situation has been handled.
He kind of gives you a stern look and then looks back to Leroy. I will stay here, but these are not my men. I will not have them die for something I asked them to be here for.
So far, the only people who have died are the Italians that causing mischief downstairs.
Technically, they lost 3 Malta, but that's neither here nor there.
He kind of points out the main gate. You expect riflemen and paladins to fight against that. They're leaving, and I suggest you all do the same. I will attempt to sneak out who I can of the occupants and of the nuns. Perhaps you can even take them with you. He kind of raises up his hand and looks, and you see him start to manifest a spell in it and shake his head, kind of no, as he's able to do that, and looks back. The holy magic of this place seems to have failed his wealth entirely. This location is lost.
Coward!
I suggest you get your group, and you leave and return to the airstrip that you arrived from.
Leaving the whole fucking, all of fucking Sicily to fall to demons and undead, pussy ass bitch. What kind of fucking... That's gotta violate a paladin oath, right? Come on.
Sounds like it.
I don't know paladin oaths. I don't...
He's not leaving.
I
Should
understand.
at least call for volunteers.
I must beg of you to at least ask your men what they want to do. I know they said you're not yours, but it is their duty to protect your faith, correct?
Protect the innocents.
My duty and my order's duty. Not theirs. Should they choose to stay, that is of their own choice. I will not be the one to ask them to do so.
Alright, Hachu, time for that rousing speech about dignity or some shit.
Oh, Lord.
Before we get to that, let's pan on down.
No.
Torin, I would like you to make me a con save and a strength save.
Okay.
Well, you're holding steady. However, subtract 4 health from your current health pool, as you are woken up with a good solid stomp to the center of the chest.
Oh, great.
Your air
We're
does fucking
getting ready to fight for our lives, and meanwhile they're waterboarding the kobold.
There's a good stomp, and
They're
you wake
fucked,
up
dude.
to seeing that familiar ceiling. The table's been pushed aside, and these 3 troops are standing around you. Got their rifles slung over their shoulders, but one has a pistol in hand, and his boot heel is on top of your chest, and kind of leans in. You're not with Craven, no?
No, I'm not.
Then who are you with?
I am with nobody. I came here as a mediator.
There's some yelling going on outside. You hear some boots running past and over the front porch, and he kind of looks over to the window and then looks back down. Stands up fully, kind of putting some of his weight on the heel as he lets off it, and then motions to the other 2 as they reach down and take you by either shoulder and arm and kind of raise you up to your feet.
What's this about?
You are currently under arrest, and you will be leaving this location with us. Do not make us
For
use
what?
force again.
For what?
Being a spy. And he kind of
For whom?
turns. As they start dragging you, walking you out, one of them kind of gives an elbow to the back of your head as the three of them start hauling you back outwards, one to either arm.
Cool.
As they get out to the porch and are starting to haul you out the backside. We go back over to you guys hanging out outside the entrance, talking to the lieutenant, who's telling the troops to stand down, and all of you can kind of see the Maltese troops and soldiers starting to fall back more and more, and disappearing off the ramparts. And he kind of looks back over to you, kind of wondering, like, where's all the Maltese soldiers going?
I would assume they are going inside. I do not know. I am not over there. We had a kobold who came out before us. Do you know what happened to him?
Short, orange, nicely dressed.
Looks between
Well,
the two
not
of
nicely
you.
dressed anymore. He was a little bit on fire when he came out.
Looks between the two of you
Fair.
and gives a slow shake of his head no. I know no kobold.
Why don't... Nikos, why don't you go see if you can find him? Can you tell your men not to shoot my hoplite?
We will not shoot you, but I suggest you all leave. We were unaware you were there.
We'll leave once we find him.
I was informed that Dr. Craven was going to tell you about us. We were originally here to mediate between you and the monastery.
He told me there would be mediators. He not say you would still be inside. Anybody inside is to be arrested. If you are claiming that you were inside...
He told us we had 48 hours to speak with them.
Kind of squints his eyes at you.
It seems there has been some level of misunderstanding between us. At the
Quite.
moment, we do have bigger problems.
Kind of takes a half step back from you and motions over as some of the paladins start shuffling on over and kind of readying halberds with two of the Basagliari. Some of the other troops turn about and start kind of readying half-ready rifles towards you, Nikos.
Oh.
And some of the others start motioning and moving on up, looking towards Wilhelm, who's standing up in the middle of the courtyard for some reason.
I moved up because I was standing between the Maltese and the Italians. I'm standing right in the middle. And as soon as I start moving, I'm going to cast a level 1 spell to bring my Eldritch Cannon back up, but not the Flamethrower edition, now the Force Ballista.
Oh.
Oh, God, okay.
I'm not attacking. I'm readying myself to not be attacked.
Let me grab the token here.
Touch me, I dare you.
Give me a kiss. Alright, poof.
Lieutenant, now is not the time for this. We need to deal with the undead. After they are dealt with, I will come with you and answer any questions you want to ask.
I was informed that these men were uncovering some undead, or some bodies, and that anyone who was to get in the way was to be arrested.
Hey, Peter.
It is a long story. Right now, we need to get in there and start killing the undead. They need to return back to death. There are literally hundreds of undead below us at this moment who will turn into demons if we do not finish them off.
Peter,
Ah,
that lady that was down there, the nun, was she the one that was out in front of basically the monastery as we walked up originally?
but we can sort that later.
But was she with them?
She was with Craven.
But was she with the Italians?
I do not know.
Where is she now?
It does not matter where she is, you are adding instigation. You all stand down and you will fall back. And he kind of takes a few motions back as the paladins start stepping forward and are kind of pointing halberds towards you. They raise up rifles at you, Wilhelm, And Nikos, as you're kind of approaching the porch and get ready to walk up, you hear the cocking of 2 bolts as some of the troops behind you are starting to ready up.
Raise my hands up.
Actually, I did back up.
I will ask nicely one time. The 3 of you will enter that building, and you will allow us to arrest you peacefully. You can address the situation and the accusations once we have settled and make sure that the location is safe. I have a job.
I am telling you the location is not safe. While I say that, I'm just gonna drop my weapons belt undo it and drop it on the ground and put my hands up.
He kind of looks over to some of the troops, and you can see like 1 or 2 of the sergeants in the crowd, and gives a hand wave.
We are
and then
fully willing to work with you to suppress the undead.
And then 2 downward pats, and they both give kind of a thumbs up or a head nod as the troops start kind of tactically advancing forward, weapons up, and the other various troops are starting to approach each of you. The paladins will definitely be circling you, and will start to pick up your weapons belt and throw it over his shoulder, the one behind you, as the others start walking up towards you, Nikos, weapon ready, keeping you at gunpoint. Other troops are aiming at you, Wilhelm,
my hands up.
as the rest start kind of tactically advancing. Not the trucks, no.
They're drifting trucks.
Oh, no.
Deja vu. I have been in this place before.
The little tankettes start rolling up and steaming forward, kind of rolling past you. And the other troops start advancing up on the location. Nikos, give me a perception roll.
All right.
Wow.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah, you
Nice.
hear
Next
all
session
the
is going to be the
yelling.
Great Escape.
You hear all the yelling, all
Yeah.
the speech, all the talking. And you hear a very familiar kobold struggling noise. And then a very familiar kobold getting hit noise on the opposite side of the building.
By the way,
Found Torin.
did I see Hachu go into the monastery?
Yeah. Hachu, as you look outside the gate, you and Leroy are kind of able to look out the gate as you're talking to the hospitaller. And when you look down, you see the tanks start rolling past. You see the 3 of them kind of pausing in place, putting hands up or semi-surrendering, as all the troops are slowly starting to like advance weapons up on the monastery. Would you like to fall back in? Would you like to move outside?
And at this moment, I'd say we're between a rock and a hard place. We got the undead behind us, and some very antagonistic-looking Italians in front of us. Catch 22. Whatever we do, we're fucked.
The undead outnumber all of us, so we will need their assistance, no matter what we do. The amount of undead in there will overrun this entire area if we do not do something.
Well, I guess the question is, do we have explosives big enough to seal the hole?
Again, with the amount in there, I don't think one sealed off area is going to matter. Those catacombs probably stretch for miles down there.
I do hate tunnel warfare.
Well, let's go out and meet them.
We're going to die, you fools!
You need to say that while sounding like you're gagged.
Oh, God. As the 2 of you go walking out, you see the troops advancing, you see the others standing by. Nikos, that perception roll, you hear pretty much exactly that sounding out as you kind of look over your left shoulder down that pathway, and you see Torin being drugged by both of his shoulders and arms. His claws are barely dragging across the ground, and you see one of the troops, likely a sergeant of some sort, Oh, where'd the music go? No, don't do that. Hey, there we go. You see him going, and the sergeant walks up and just drives the bottom of the pistol mag into the small of his back. You take another 2 damage, Torn,
Hey!
as they continue dragging him along and are making their
Knock
way
it off.
off with them.
Oh yeah, you're a big man. I'll try that when I'm not held down. I'll fucking kill you.
One of the paladins starts collecting your weapons. The other 2 are looking to you, Nikos, and like get your attention and tell you to drop
Yep.
your spear and shield.
Yep. I comply.
They go forward, advance towards it. Wilhelm, you get a couple of guys kind of surrounding you, and a tank pulling up next to you, rotating its little machine gun turret and aiming it at you. As they, one in front of you kind of motions for you to drop your arms and drop your weapons.
I put my weapons inside the holsters, inside my jacket. I look at him and go, I'll walk gladly. But you're not taking my weapons from me.
The trucks are drifting again.
God. They shouldn't be. He kind of gives a short nod, and then we'll look back to the other one, give a nod, and they'll kind of make space for you to start moving and advancing towards them. Peter and Nikos, you're both kind of motioned to move over towards where Wilhelm is currently, as they seem to be drawing a little bit of a circular perimeter.
I also give them my short sword and a Mosin too.
You'll take the Mosin, and one of the troops will throw it over their shoulder.
Oh yeah. Can I have a receipt for that? I would like to get it back when this is
I
all
better
over.
get those back.
They kind of look, and it looks like 2 guys are being kind of the gear mules, as they're kind of taking most all the weapons.
Who's
And
carrying the giant sword?
The giant sword is plausibly left back inside the tea house that it was in.
You see, all of this was just because you took that giant sword and he didn't want us to have it.
That's why he's mad.
No,
Yeah.
You can have the giant sword. So as the 3 of you are kind of circled, the 2 of you walking out, you see the troops advancing. The little tankettes roll up towards the front gate, and the troops are starting to get ready. Let me move
So
them
they're-
up to where they get.
They're taking us back, right?
Yep, they're slowly walking the 3 of you back. Hachu and Leroy,
All right,
as you step out, you
hang
see
on.
the 3 of them being escorted.
As we're being escorted back, I'm going to turn to the lieutenant and I'm going to say, if any of your men need healing, send them to me. And I believe they will soon.
He gives a small nod and then looks to some of the others as the paladins will start to haul you. Boop-a-doop, boop-a-doop, ah-ba-doop. And let me motion this, move this here. It's very nice and fluid as one of the trucks pulls up and the paladins kind of get to either side of it and start flanking it. And they will motion for the 3 of you to climb up into the back of the truck.
A little spider thing crawls up in it.
Oh god, the suspension's creaking a bit, like, yeah.
Well, no, so you have to remember, it is a small or tiny object.
Oh yeah, it is small, ain't it?
It's a
It's
miniature.
basically like a mortar,
Yeah,
little
it's like
60
a little,
millimeter mortar.
little 8-centimeter mortar, maybe.
Yeah, that would probably be it.
Little 81 mil. The 2 of you up at the gate, Hachu and Leroy, you see them move up to the truck and load up into the truck. Do you guys join them?
Yep. So long as my gear is not touched and no hands are laid on me, I will come quietly.
They look to you, and some of the troops seem to get the notion that you're part of them. They know Hachu is, and you walking with them. And they kind of aggressively motion for you guys to get moving and continue on and go join the rest of them.
So out of combat movement.
Yep, out of combat movement. You guys can freely walk your way on down. And they'll kind
I'm
of stand
driving.
by impatiently for you. No, actually. One of the Italians is in the driver and passenger seat. They're motioning for you guys to hop in the back.
Get the fuck out! I'm driving. Fucking Italians don't know how to drive. They can't drive in New York. What makes you think?
Good
So they
lord.
load you guys up. God. They have you guys fully go towards the back of this truck that looks like it can usually fit about 12 troops inside. And two of the paladins climb up inside and sit down on either edge of it at the entrance and raise up the rear half guard and lock it into place. And are kind of looking to you a bit hesitantly as truck putters
So,
up
how's your day going?
and starts turning and driving its way south into town.
I'm gonna turn to one of the paladins and say, you know, your big guy, he died down there fighting the undead. Bought us time to get out and warn you.
Gives kind of a slow look to the other one and looks back. Gives a sort of solemn nod.
Also left the bodies in the middle of the one of the robes down there. If you could try to make sure that they're blessed and receive a good burial, probably away from this place. There's both Maltese and Italians. Probably would be a nice thing to do. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. He gives a small nod and kind of a confused understanding at that. As we will pan on over. Oh god. As you guys are driving through town, you can see the monastery in the distance as the troops start moving up. The tanks stop outside the front gate. Troops get to the gate and start pouring inside. And you see the Hospitaller stepping out a little ways and looking to the lieutenant, who he kind of seems to lower his head a little bit, turns and motions for the lieutenant to enter in, and doesn't seem very pleased or happy about it, but gets the notion of what you guys were trying to go for. And seems to follow in with them as troops start pouring in. You see where the manhole was, where they took the little side entrance in, and you see a couple more troops scramble over to that and start aiming inside, and one of them are sort of contemplating, like, throwing a grenade in. The other one's wondering if they should. As truck takes another corner, and you guys leave the area entering into town. What we will then do is transverse back on over to Torin. You're being drugged a slightly different direction by these guys as they pick you up by the shoulders and the hind legs again, and just yeet you into the back of a car.
Just a random car.
Just a random black kind of officer's car, and slam the hood, or not the hood, the trunk down behind you once they toss you into it.
Man, he got shoved in the trunk. I can't believe it.
Oh boy. It's
He is
for the panic
suitcase
to
sized.
start.
You hear a lock on the outside of the door twist, and then you start hearing the engine putter up and it starts to shake. There's nothing really in the back other than like a spare wrench that's just kind of sitting there.
Sleight of
And-
hand on the latch.
What are you trying to do? Open it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a sleight of hand.
It's entirely possible. The mechanism probably isn't shielded inside.
You go at it to try to twist it. You can tell it's probably one that I can get. And you start twisting a little bit, but you realize they locked it on the outside with that little chunk, as you're unable to open it fully at this point. Darkness is starting to set in, the kind of cramped space as you feel a little hiccup and bump as it
History
starts
check
driving
on the
down
model of
road.
vehicle.
All right,
Might as well take a long rest.
roll me history.
He's got to look up what kind of car it is.
25. God, yeah, I do. It is a. Let me double check.
It's gonna be a Lancia or a Fiat.
Beretta
Make
made a
sure
car,
this is
didn't they?
right. Ah, here it is. Okay. Well, I need a bigger picture than that one.
If it's not an Italian car, I'm gonna be mad at you.
You might
There was
be,
a Chevrolet Beretta.
You might be a little mad then, because
It's
the
Peugeot.
in-game images Torin, unable to see who the driver is, unfortunately, in this moment.
Oh, it's like a trunk.
Yeah. This is a German Opel 1.2 liter.
Cool. It's okay. So it's a trunk. That's
Is
that's
that a
very
fire
unfortunate.
opal or?
It's called
Water
Opel,
Opal?
apparently.
Also, fire opal.
so
No one else is gonna
hell.
get that reference, man.
God. As you start feeling it, rolling along and hitting some of the roads, you feel it take one turn, take another turn. Torin, I would like you to make me a con save and a dex save.
We're being gassed.
So you take 2 more bludgeoning damage as something impacts the side of the car heavy enough to knock your head against the other side of the little trunk. And then so where you hit your head on the right side of the trunk is now the floor of the trunk.
Oh.
And you kind of shake
Fuck.
yourself and you hear a loud thump on the outside of the trunk door. And then another thump that dents it in. And then another impact that dents it in further.
Jesus!
And then your deck save, thankfully, it barely misses hitting the edge of your tail as a bullet rips through the lock mechanism and blows it open. And the door is ripped open. You are grabbed by the scruff of the neck, picked up, and are set down very haphazardly, like a heavy bundle of clothes on the back of a centaur.
Oh!
And we will pause the session there.
I want you to.
Save for the nun.
I want you to